Hello and welcome to the actual episode 17 of the Late Night Serial Podcast. Last time I said it was 17, but it wasn't. It's because I was getting confused with all the Canada ones we've done in the past, and probably all the, the odd ones we've done in the meantime and stuff.
Yeah, because they're sort of like a side thing. They're kind of, you say you can't put it sort of like episode 6.5.
Yeah, I kind of call them like spotlight episodes or something like that.
Yeah.
Where you can't, it doesn't really work as a podcast because you can't really listen to it because we're looking at stuff. Like with the last one in Canada, we were looking at the the actual reveal, and that's not a really good one to listen to, is it? So that's a good one for videos. Or we did one a while ago where we just, when the Switch 2 was like just announced. I think that was January.
That's mad, isn't it?
Isn't that mad how quickly that went?
January is like, and it's out next month.
It's out this month. It is out this month. I can't believe it because it was only like 2 days ago, and I kept having to say, "Oh, it's out. It's out next month. It's out next." And as soon as it got to that first, it was like, "It's out this month." It's out next month.
And we was expecting what's it going to be called, let alone what it looks like and everything else along with it.
And we still kind of don't know everything. I mean, we've been complaining because we talk about the Switch 2 so much. I'm doing it straight.
We're upstairs. I can't help it.
We've literally just just before we start the podcast, we went, right, we'll leave some of the Switch 2 later on because we go on about that a lot. And we just literally went into the Switch 2. It's just like we can't help ourselves. Yeah. But, that's the thing. I'm wearing the Donkey Kong t-shirt. I thought you were going to wear it. Go on, what?
I went to go, Daddy, can I have the Donkey Kong t-shirt? She went, it's in the wash.
Oh.
I went, how dare you wash the clothes?
How dare she? How dare she?
Yeah, I may have wore it too many times last week. I
might have to tell her off tomorrow because you're coming to Liverpool tomorrow.
I am. My first appearance in Liverpool.
He's coming to my hometown, and that's why this podcast is probably going to be a bit shorter today, and the fact that it's really warm. So it's super warm in this room, by the way. It's really, really warm in here. So you come on here for Liverpool Comic Con.
Yeah, Liverpool Comic Con. The reason why we're going to this one, we haven't looked at it before, but this time because there's so many stars from Aliens.
Oh yeah,
and Starship Troopers, but mainly Aliens I'm mostly interested in. I have booked one autograph.
Okay, I want to know, but I'm going to show my serial first because I want to listen to this.
Oh, sorry,
I've got these. What do you reckon these are? You look horrible, by the way. By the look, the other thing, you look like it looks like
something from Aliens. I think they tread on, and they first look into the.
It's Cocoa Pops or Cocoa Pops, Choco Pops or something, or Choco Flakes.
Oh, do you know what? I tried them. I wasn't impressed with those.
They're all right.
They're not Cocoa Pops.
It's like getting any other flavour of Ribena apart from blackcurrant. You're like, what are you doing?
What's the point? It's like that's the one.
No, but these are the little boxes, so I've got to eat. Go on, what have you got?
Oh, so I got these, which but what these ones are, because last time I had the caramel ones, which I weren't impressed with, because if no one told you they were caramel, you wouldn't know. But these are the chocolate ones. These are really nice because they're little dark chocolate chunks in them. It's really. These have been my. I'm going to put something on, and I'm like, I might have a little snack. Can I have a little bowl of these?
Do you have like cold milk over those as well?
Yeah, I have had warm milk on the larger Weetabix things.
Larger Bix.
Yeah, I've got larger Bix, yeah. But the problem is, I just don't. I'm too lazy because I need it now.
I don't think I'd do it with the smaller ones. I think that'd be okay in my mind to have cold milk, especially because it's got chocolate with it.
They get too mushy too quickly.
Mm-hmm. Go on. So we're both eating them.
Oh no, it's not clever, is it?
Sorry, guys. I was like so yeah, tell us about Comic Con. So you booked one. How much it cost? Spill the beans. I want to know everything. I want to know how much it costs.
Right. So there's loads of people from Aliens. I can't remember. I'm really bad with names, though. But you had
Ripley.
Well, no, she's not there. But I have met her before. I have met her before. Yeah.
Oh, what?
I've even got a picture with her with the loader behind me. I posted it on X, Twitter, the other day for Alien Day, and she was so lovely. She was so nice. I was like, So we went to me. I didn't say anything. I was like, I was terrible. I went, hello. And then she's like, it's great of you to come. And she took him more than I was. It was terrible. But yeah, so the thing I'm more interested in, when I go to these events, and I've met a few people from Aliens, but I don't like to, you always go for the main obvious ones: Bishop, Ripley. Well, I've done that already, but Jordy Weaver, and a couple of the other big ones. I like to go for the other sort of people that you know quite well, but you don't really see them in a massive amount of things. But you had the guy Gorman. Gorman's there. You've got Bishop's not there. I don't know the real name. I'm terrible with real actors' names.
Hendrickson, isn't it? Bishop.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah, I don't know Gorman's name.
They've got Vasquez's mate, which I forgot his name.
Oh God, yeah, what's his name?
That's it on the face. Like,
It's like a streamitis, can't remember.
Got him. Anyway, there's quite a few different people there.
Can't believe I can't remember the aliens' names. This is terrible, by the way. We should know all the aliens' names. It's like one of the best movies ever
I know.
made.
I literally watched it last Saturday. Oh no, wherever Alien Day was.
Yeah, it was Saturday, wasn't it? Last Saturday. Oh, Saturday. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, I watched Team Witch, but go on.
So there was quite a few different people there, but I've gone for only one signature because they cost me. It was 30.
£30?
Yeah.
Is that a photo or
no? Just our signature and meat.
Okay.
So I thought, but some of them do ramp up in prices, but the one I mainly want to go for was Vasquez. Okay, I think she's absolutely awesome. She's my favorite character when I was younger.
And she's in Terminator 2 as well, isn't she?
I know, that's it. I get to meet the foster mum.
Yeah.
Because for some reason for years I didn't realise that was her.
Yeah.
I was like, how did I not know that was her?
She's a completely different type of person, you know.
Yeah. Different character. And she's been in a few other bits as well, but it was and I looked at all the things.
Near Dark. Yeah. I think she was in Near Dark as well, the vampire film.
Oh, really? Yeah, of course she is, yeah. But it's so, and she seems like, from interviews, seems like a really lovely person as well. Yeah. So quite nice. But, because you're never quite sure when you meet these people, they're either could be dead quiet and awkward or really friendly.
Yeah.
Like the worst one I ever met quickly was, Billy, I don't know his name, Billy from Gremlins.
Oh, yeah.
He was so awkward.
Remember his name.
I was like, great you to be here, and he was like, yeah, and smiled. He weren't rude. He was just smiling awkwardly, and then it's like when you bump into someone in a queue, and you kind of that awkward smile thing. You just sort of go.
This is why I don't do it, because these celebrities are there all day, each and every day, and they do this so many. And then your one connection with them might be the one moment where they've got a headache going on, or someone's just texting them saying something bad or whatever, and that little moment there is your moment of them forever. And I feel I can't do it. It's horrible.
It is a gamble, but most of the time I've gone to meet people, they've been absolutely lovely. A couple of times, a couple of people I've met have been so chatty with me. Oh. Their PA person that's standing next to them is sort of going, need to move the queue along a little bit, because the queue's like, I'm number 55 ticket and there's about 2,000 people there. And they actually get overexcited because when they meet certain fans and they talk about other subjects outside of their main ones or whatever, they get a little bit excited and they always fanboy, talk about things. So, I'm doing going for the Vasquez one, just that one, really. Yeah. But the nice thing is about the Liverpool one, over when I went to London, a couple of the others, they were so stressful. The thing is, it's not even the meeting bit that's the stressful part. When you go to these events, normally, you have to go there. As soon as you get through that door, this is just entrance to the place, you have to go straight to where they give out almost like raffle tickets with a number on. And then you've got to get that as soon as you can, because that'll be your number when you go. But they don't tell you what time to queue up. You could be I'll quickly rush up there, and I'm like number 300 already, right? And then they've got a big board. Someone writes on the board, we're doing numbers from 1 to 20, and 2 hours passed. And you're like, what? So, and then you try and queue up a little bit, and then you get someone saying, no, you can't stand around, you can't stand here, keep moving. And then you get so stressed out because you're like, I just want to get this done. And I want to enjoy the rest of my time. Yeah. They go, come back in a few hours. And you're looking around the event, and all you're thinking about is, I want to get the signature. I want to get that sorted. I want to enjoy that moment. Then I get on with the rest of my day.
I don't know if what I do. Last time I went to Liverpool Comic Con, I literally do the rounds a couple of times, and I'm like, okay, I'm done. What else is there to do?
Well, with this one, we got the we have to kind of queue up for a little while, because the thing that's different about I said about getting a ticket. This time, the thing that makes the Liverpool one really good is that you buy the signature ahead of time, so you're guaranteed.
Yeah.
Because even though you could have a ticket, you haven't paid nothing yet, and they might turn around and go, "We're only doing up to 200," and then tough titty, off you go. So, but this time I've already paid ahead of time, so it's a lot more organised. To be for when me and Danielle go, like when we go, the thing is when we go to gaming markets. We normally split off. She knows what she wants to go for.
I didn't know you split off the gaming markets. I thought you go together.
We start to for about a minute, and then Danny spots something. I spot something.
I mean,
and then
she's after things as well. I suppose with Lynn's, with me, she's just like probably like helping me out or just filming me or something,
Yeah, because she's not really there to pick up like the gaming merch or games either way. No. But Danny's there to get the knickknacks and magazines, things like that. So she likes to go off and do her own bit and leave me to it on my part. So, but this one, at Comic Con, we spend a lot more time together walking around because we kind of go, oh, look at this, look at that,
Yeah.
And we do a bit more of that. And then we sort of take our time looking at stuff. We've not been to this event, but from looking on pictures online, it's like 3 floors of stuff. Like the entire venue is like full up with stuff.
That's different because when I went to the first time Liverpool Comic Con was here, and it was dead. The very first one, and that was years ago though. So
that's like when we used to go to London one. Yeah. Me and a couple of friends, we walked around the venue in 20 minutes. We're like, Now when I went to the last London one, it took us the entire day to walk the venue.
Whoa! What?
The entire we thought, we're having another look round, and we looked and went, it's closing in an hour's time.
That's crazy because I went to the Manchester one a few years ago, and that was like 1 floor, but the other little bits outside of it. But the reason it took you ages to get around because it was so busy, and you just line riding all the way around. You're just like, oh my god, baby steps everywhere. There
is moments like that, but this event looks like quite big. But again, that's the thing. I like going to these events, but when it's really crowded, I don't like it. But it's kind of like.
It's an exhibition centre, isn't it? It's a good venue, to be honest. It's a good venue. Got some food bits in there as well, and if you're going to buy stuff in there, but obviously probably buy stuff outside. But anyway, you come into the pool, and by the time this goes out, we would have met, and I'll show you around the sites and stuff. That'd be quite good. That'd be quite
really good.
Fun time. First time in Liverpool. So, what have you been playing over the last couple of weeks? It's been a while. It feels weird because do you know what? I didn't write down what I've been playing.
Oh, no, did I?
No, I didn't. It's all come back to me now because it's weird when you try and collate 2 weeks. I've played a lot over the last couple of weeks. When I was going to go in through really quickly, but I'm going to be unfair and say because you can't remember them.
I've got 2 memorable ones. I've got 2 memorable ones really, and it's one. But the second one I want to speak to you about together because you know why. The one I played literally yesterday and completed. Barbie and the 12 Dancing Princesses.
I don't understand why you're playing games like this in this day and age when you've got so many games to play.
All these games.
You can pick anything and you pick Barbie. What is?
And you know what makes it worse as well? My cartridge, I look closely at it, is a fake.
Oh, I heard you say
this. It's a fake Barbie game.
It's a fake.
Why would you fake that game out of all the games? That's not worth nothing.
Out of anything. I redeemed that on your channel 3 years ago. It's got to be 3 years ago. I feel like it was 3 years ago. It's got to be something like that because it was a long time. You had a redeem.
It was a little while ago, yeah.
Yeah, but you had a redeem where you don't have that anymore. Is it because the list is so big? Is that what it is?
Yeah, I've turned it off. When I got to like 20, I had to turn it off because people were redeeming it, and they were like, "Well, it might be a while till I play it." And they were, "That's fine, that's fine." And I said, "No, I didn't feel right." Because it's going to take me so long, and I've got it down quite a bit with games. Some I've had to put on hold because I had a problem with a disc. Because obviously I'm playing with real hardware and discs. It could be a scratch with one and it's messed up, so I had to get another disc because it wasn't playable anymore. Things like that, and a couple of games, like a game I had to give up that someone redeemed for me a long time ago, GTA 2.
Oh, really?
I gave up on it.
I don't remember you playing that at all. Or did you just try it one time? Or
Well, I played it for about like 3 or 4 weeks. But the problem is I found with it, my sense of direction in games is terrible. And when you want to save in GTA 2, you've got to find your house to then save.
Oh, this is one of the top down ones, isn't
Yeah,
it? For some reason, I was thinking later on. Yeah, but
oh no, Vice City's different and all that. Like, they're different. I love them ones, but that one is I struggled because I was trying to find where my house was because it's not clearly marked on the map. So when I just want to go to bed, I've been up very late, and it took me like an hour to find the house again to save, and I was like, this is doing my head in. And I'm not enjoying it, and I dreaded it every time I put it on because missions would be so drawn out, and you die so easily. You've got to do it all again. And I was, so a couple of my, I've had to put the back burner for now. But yeah, so that's the latest one, the Barbie one. But I have to say though, I did it one night, so I'm pleased. The only thing that's a bit shocking is that someone said to me, "Oh, it's only about a half-hour game." I was on it all stream.
I know. Well, you were. I remember just watching, and you were stuck by these like. There's a bit where there's like 3 princesses, and you were stuck there for an hour. And I was like, bro, to be honest though, it was kind of interesting because I think everyone was in the same boat thinking, what's going to happen? Like, what is it? What is this game? Because that was before any kind of action has been like, mentioned in the game. So it's like, what are these 3 princesses going to do? Are you going to have to fight them? Or we just didn't know. So it was kind of interesting to see like how this game was going to unfold.
It was. I never even looked it up or anything.
It's a GBA game, wasn't it? And it looked gorgeous, to be honest. Do you know what? It makes me realise like I've missed out on so many GBA games, and I'm like, can't wait to jump in them because they look.
I'm the same.
So good.
I went for a phase where when games got converted to Game Boy Advance, when they were on PlayStation later on in 3D, and I made 2D versions on Game Boy Advance, I instantly went, "Oh, why would I want to play a 2D low-down version of it? Oh, that's horrible. Why would I do that?" So it put me off a lot of games. I've become a bit of like a snob with handheld games at that point. But then you go back to it and you realise it's a completely different game, but it's the same name and everything.
Yeah. And I just kind of missed out a lot of it because I look at it and go, wait a minute, I missed out on this library, and it's very similar to the SNES. Obviously, it's like 16
Yeah, basically called SNES, but actually slightly better. But the sound chip wasn't as good.
The sound's awful when I was
playing.
Is,
yeah.
I think it was the Mario World version.
Oh, it's awful. Yeah, the haunted house music sounds dreadful.
I know, yeah. Imagine that. I wonder if they could like fix that. And if you fix that, then we were a little bit better. Although I remember fighting Bowser in the GBA version of Mario World, and like the screen was like so small. That was
because it's more zoomed in because they try and think, well, you won't be able to see it.
It's a lot harder. It was really weird because you're so used to that battle because you played it a million times and then you just play it a different way. Oh my god, why was so rubbish at this?
I really struggled with Game Boy Advance one. It felt different, and I couldn't say how, but it felt different.
But it actually, weirdly enough, watching you play the Barbie game made me think I'm going to start delving into the GBA catalog a lot more and seeing what other things I've missed.
The library is huge. That's a big can of worms to open there. There's a lot on that.
That's the thing, though, about not just being a retro gamer, just being a gamer in general. There's so much to play. I was saying this today, is that I don't think anyone can ever say, "Oh, there's nothing to play."
Oh, I know.
Everyone's got a backlog already, and if you haven't, oh my word, just like search for a few bits on the internet, and you just find games that you want to play, or you're getting given for free from Epic and Steam and all those.
Oh yeah, you get one of them every other month. Then also you got to think about I've got a few games in the backlog, but then you think for different systems.
Exactly, yeah.
The amount of games you go, oh, I would love to give that a go. I'd love to give it a go. And you find yourself even on stream sort of saying, you feel like you're repeating yourself, go, oh, I'd love to give that a go. I'll give that a go.
I'm doing that all the time. Like I did this video this week where you went out yesterday about, games you want to play on day one on Switch. And I was like, you find yourself saying, oh, I've never got round to playing that. I never got round to playing that. And I'm like, everyone's watching me is going, do you ever play any games? It's like, well, no, because this is the reason I want to look at them and go, this is the reason I want to play these games because I've never played them. That's the reason. I could easily go and list all games I've played before, but that wouldn't be the video, But it just, because we talk about loads of games we never got round to, and that's kind of like the excitement. That's why we want to play these games, because we never played them the first time.
And that's why I'm doing stuff on stream with it. Makes you put that time aside to play these ones, and then have other people who are enthusiastic about them games as well. And then it kind of gets you a bit more hyped with it as well.
It's awesome, but it's like a double-edged sword, isn't it? It makes everyone excited, but also makes everyone then suddenly have a massive backlog and then want to go to game fairs and just end up getting even a bigger backlog. Because that's another way you can kind of browse games you never had. It's like going to record fairs and going, oh, this is nice record. I might try this out. Same thing in game fairs. Oh, I haven't tried this game. That looks so good. Look good cover. I'll take it home. Oh,
it's a spiral of it, isn't it? But just quickly, last thing on that, the Barbie game. The reason why it looks so good, it's made by a company called WayForward.
Yeah.
And they made the Shantae games. They did a lot of the licensed games like that. And the animation, I have to admit, the animation looked it looked amazing on it.
Yeah.
And that was me blowing it up on a bigger screen. On the Game Boy, it would look even more sort of crisp because of the size
Did
of
they
the
do?
sprites and
Was
that.
it WayForward who did? Might be wrong on this. The Halloween game, and that came out last year. Was it them?
Oh, I think so. I think so
Yeah.
because they do play a massive part in most of modern 2D
Yeah.
platformers. 9 times out of 10, they might be part of it because they've
Halloween
done
and the
quite a lot of
Ash
stuff.
and all that stuff. I think it was them.
Yeah,
But yeah,
I
it's
think I'll check
I
it.
love all that kind of stuff. So you beat that game, and it was very Castlevania-ish. That's what I thought. Like,
I kept expecting like some
yeah,
vampires or werewolves to come out. Then was boss battles as well.
yeah.
Boss
Oh,
battles.
yeah, there was. But you know what? Not quite good. Although, like the first boss I saw you fight, where you're just a guy throwing drinks at you. It was like as
Yeah.
soon as you get the pattern, it's the most tedious battle ever, isn't it?
It was so boring because you think, oh, how am I going to do this? Because they don't tell you how to beat him or anything. And then all he's doing is he throws 2 of his test tubes
Yeah.
of poison at you, and then you have to stand there still, wait for it. Throws a slow one, and then
I
when
thought
he
it was like
runs at
wine
you, he runs
glasses.
over it,
Yeah, he runs over the glass. I think it was
and then he
wine.
runs over the glass and hurts himself.
Yeah.
Like you have to do it like 5 times.
To be honest, though, my expectations were low because I thought it was going to be like because I played a Barbie game on stream ages ago, and it was like I think it was a NES one, and it's so simple but annoying because you've got to do
Yeah,
all these
I mean,
things all the way
so,
through, and I didn't know. But that game actually felt like a game, with good
yeah.
platforming in it, and unlocks and ability, a little bit Metroidvania because you get some stilts to get over like long distances and all that stuff.
Yeah, you had different. Even though they're dancing shoes, you didn't dance once. But a bit disappointing. But but then you get different abilities. The only thing that made it so frustrating is that you couldn't when you get items, you can normally go previous and forward on the ones you want.
Oh,
It
yeah.
was a single button. So if you wanted that
Oh, I gotta
first,
rotate with
you go 1, 2, 3, 4, and then do it that
Oh
way.
God, I hate that.
That
I
was
hate that
really
so
frustrating.
much. Yeah, that's such annoyance. So you beat that. What was the other big game you want to talk about?
And the other game that I've become a massive fan of it, and you have as well, it's just called Donkey Kong, but also dubbed Donkey Kong 94.
So we
on
mentioned
the
this
Game Boy.
last time, and we were just starting it,
Yeah.
weren't we? And now because you only play it once a week, so you've got you've got an excuse there. I played it like every time on my stream, and I'm only hitting. Well, I'm on world 8 now, halfway through world 8.
Yeah, you ain't got that many more to go, I
I think
think.
another world in this one, so I'm getting through it. I absolutely love it.
I know.
Obsessed.
So I'm actually wanting to, when I come off of it, because I'm only playing it once a week, it's awful because I want to go back to it.
Yeah.
I want to play it offline. I want to play it.
That happens quite a lot, doesn't it? Like when you're playing a game you love on stream, you're like, oh, you kind of want to play it off stream, and but so you can't just because you want to have it kind of just carry on there. But yeah, it's like I really want them to kind of. I mean, at some point they might announce a new version of that, but again, we talked about that before with the Switch version of it and all that.
Yeah, it's such a shame because I'm playing it on a Super Game Boy 2 version. It's not no difference other than you get some different palettes, but the game still has the arcade part the same as the way you play it. It's been like the clock speed differences a little bit.
It makes me want to play the Game Boy version, the actual actual Game Boy version. See what the differences are. I mean,
because you don't hear the help.
No,
she don't shout out help.
It's just like a little weird sound that you use instead. It's like something like that.
Yeah,
what the Game Boy can do. Because I didn't even question that when I started playing. Like,
no, I
just
assumed it was all there. Just it was in color.
But then you think, oh, wait a minute, like how are they going to do the sound chip on the Game Boy? You just didn't even think about it. The presentation is amazing. I don't know any other Super Game Boy kind of made Game Boy game. Game that was made for the Super Game Boy.
There is a few because on the cartridge, there's a little Super Game Boy icon in the corner. But for life of me, I can't remember. There's a version of Tetris that has its own layout with all new colours and music and stuff.
Is that the Tetris DX version or something? Maybe it's something like that, or was that later one?
That's I think because that's a black cartridge. I'm not sure it might be that one.
Yeah.
There's a few, but it's mad though because. Like you're upgrading the cartridge. You're not downloading an update. You're literally putting that same cartridge from, a one version, putting it into another device, and it becomes a whole nother version.
Almost like a Switch 2 edition of a game. It's kind of like that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like what they're doing with the Zelda games. They could have resold a lot of those big selling games for the Super Game Boy, but then it's like you've got to make sure people have got a SNES and a Super Game Boy, so it's kind of like
Yeah, but
plan around
I
that.
remember like, and here's another one. Here's a really good one. Space Invaders on it.
Oh,
Because you get one version of it on the cartridge, you can only play on a Game Boy. When you play it through the Super Game Boy, you get to play the arcade version that you can't even get to on the Game Boy. And it's full colour, you get the arcade layout, same like Donkey Kong and
it's a
stuff like
shame you
that.
can't do it like it doesn't work on the Game Boy Color or something like that. You put it in there,
Yeah,
and that would work.
because you think, well, what's different about it? Because people say that a Super Game Boy is essentially
Same
a
Game
cut
Boy.
down Game Boy whacked into a SNES.
But it can't be because it's got to access the SNES chip or whatever, or whatever's going on there. But yeah, it's. So where are you? Where are you on the game at the moment? What world? Do you know?
I got to the next world. First save. Oh, so not the airplane, the one after the ice one, iceberg.
I think 7, maybe. I think you're on world 7. Yeah.
Yeah. So and it was and I was on that one, but I've actually game overed a few times.
Oh, have you?
Because I got up to about 40 lives, and for some reason I burnt through them on one set of levels.
Wow.
And then I get game over, and it reset with five lives. 4 lives, can't remember now. 5 lives, and because I was trying to work out the level, you end up using a few lives just trying to figure it out a little bit. But then by the time you go back to that level, because it's not been too bad, because if you die just before Donkey Kong, you can do them previous levels quite quickly, because if no one doesn't know, on Donkey Kong it starts out like the arcade original and then it goes into its own platforming game, but it's basically a platform puzzler, isn't it? So it's not just you've got to jump over this and dodge this. You've got to time things, you've got to implement like sections where you put like a ladder or a block somewhere, and you've got a timer when you can jump up there and move the key. You've got restrictions with the key goes away after a few seconds.
It's incredibly creative, and it keeps adding new mechanics all the time. Where you
think you've done it all, and it's like something else.
Then they combine them, and then they'll utilize one of the mechanics in a way that you didn't realize. Like, okay, it's like you get the hammer, but you can throw the hammer.
Yeah,
and then you go
so good.
So if you go up to another level, you throw the hammer up onto a wall, then you go up the ladder and you can catch it, and then I'm like, oh my god! As soon as you realize that, you think the possibilities are endless, and you think, God, imagine if there was a level editor for this, the amount of things people would be able to make.
Yeah, I mean, great. You could do loads of like real difficult levels and everything, and just do some really interesting, and introduce some other characters in it, probably of other sprites, because I actually dug out, because everyone kept saying to me, if you like that, and I think someone said it's on yours today actually, if you like that, you should get Mario versus Donkey Kong on the Game Boy Advance.
Yeah.
And I went through my collection. I've got it. I didn't know.
You've got it.
Realize I had it.
You've got so much stuff you didn't realize you got. Yeah,
because you kind of got to go. That's cool. It's part of the Mario set. Yeah, I might play that at some point. No, probably not my thing. But as soon as I played Donkey Kong, then I said, "Oh, it's just like that." Really.
I want to play that. Yeah,
I'm like, I want to play that now.
I don't have that car, and I have no way to play GBA games like through like streaming wise. But I do have a Game Boy thingy car, so I guess you can play Game Boy Advance games on that. I don't know actually. You don't want to
on what EverDrive?
Yeah, EverDrives. Can you play Game Boy Advance games on it, or do you have to get
on which EverDrive have you got?
Oh, I've just got like a basic one.
Yeah, but what console?
A Game Boy one.
Nah, it has to. If you had a Game Boy Advance one, you can play Game Boy games and Game Boy Advance.
Oh, really? It's just like that's the issue. Because if you had the Game Boy Advance one, I'd be more tempted to just get the cars, And just
I don't think it's. Well, it's quite cheap, but I think I got mine in a bundle. I didn't purposely go out and buy that game. I just got it when.
Yeah. But how do you play your Game Boy Advance games on stream? You got the Game Boy Player thing?
There's two ways of doing it.
GameCube.
Yeah, I mainly use the GameCube with the Game Boy Advance player.
Yeah, I'd love that, but isn't that quite pricey?
Well, no, not really. For me, I got mine in Japan, the base unit.
Oh, I'll just do that then.
I got that just to watch Japan. Yeah, I got that for about 200 yen.
Oh wow,
It was in the junk bin because you can't test it because you need the boot disc.
Yeah.
Without the boot disc, that piece of hardware won't do anything.
It's pointless, but you can just get it, can't you? It's like easy to get hold of.
The way I do it, that's the expensive part. The disc is the expensive part. The actual base you can get for quite, it's not cheap, but it's not like hundreds of pounds.
I saw the disc in CEX in town for 150 quid.
Yeah, and that's just for disc probably.
Yeah, just for the disc, yeah.
But the thing is, what you can do is, if you've got a thing called Swiss, which is like a alternative like operating system for the GameCube. So when you boot into that on there, there's a homebrew Game Boy Advance player, and it's actually better than the official one.
Yeah,
It
more
runs
options, yeah.
a better speed. You can upscale it, and it gets rid of the purple border, so you have
Brilliant.
purely just a game.
Yeah.
And yeah, so I use that. I haven't got an original disc because I ain't got 150 quid to spend on that disc. You know, it'd be good for the collection.
I need to have a look out for that because I wouldn't mind actually having a GameCube set up. Oh, it'd be great if we could set it up on a Wii, wouldn't it? Because then you could have the Wii, GameCube, and Game Boy Advance all in one.
You can set that up on there if you can put Swiss on that because the GameCube, the Wii is a GameCube really inside of it.
So how does the Game Boy Advance kind of adapter like?
So you actually want to play? Oh, I think you meant like playing the Game Boy Advance.
No, you just like load. You're talking about loading ROMs or something into it.
Yeah, if you load it through ROMs, you can because I think some other people have done it on stream in the past.
Yeah.
If you want to play the original cartridge, no. The only other way you can do it, which is actually harder than a Game Boy Advance player, on a Super Nintendo, they brought out, and it's a third party. It was called the Super Advance. Oh, the Super Advance. Basically, it's a SNES cartridge, and it has a Game Boy Advance slot on top of it.
Oh, that's cool.
And you can play it via your SNES like a Super Game Boy.
Oh, that's brilliant. Yeah, that's
really
perfect,
good,
wouldn't it? Yeah.
That was quite good.
I probably don't need another reason to collect more games, but I've got Game Boy Advances.
But they're only little. You can store them.
They're not too bad. And they're cheap enough. I think those Game Boy Advance games are quite cheap. So
you've got to be careful. There's lots of fakes Game Boy Advance games. Out of all the games, they're the worst for fakes.
Are they really?
Really
more so than the Pokemon
it.
Games on Game Boy because they seem to be the most faked because everyone still wants them.
But the thing is, there's certain ways to tell really easily to tell if the fake. Other than CX doesn't know that they never pay attention, even though it's sometimes I've seen a Game Boy Advance game like it was Link to the Past, the Game Boy Advance version. The image was stretched on the cover. It was so fake.
Oh, so obvious, yeah.
And I
always wondered if they get trained. Anyone in CX who works in CX, please comment down below. Do they get trained of this stuff? You know, like they say this is a fake. This is, you know what I mean? Because you've got to take stuff in, and like if they're going to take stuff in that's fake, they're going to make them lose money.
Well, I've had that situation before. I spent a lot of money on a game. What did I get? I can't remember the game now, but it was a Mega Drive game. And but I ordered it during COVID time. So when it turned up in the box, as soon as I saw it wasn't. It was Demon's Crest on the SNES.
Yeah.
And it was in the plastic. It was all really well wrapped, everything. Opening up the box, as soon as I saw the image, it looked fine. It looked like it was done on an inkjet home printer. You could tell from the paint. It was like, oh, it had no shininess to it.
Yeah.
It didn't even load. And when I undid the cartridge, it was Super Tennis. I looked at the number, and it didn't even work. So it wasn't even like a working.
It wasn't even a good one. Oh my word! Oh my word! That's
and then when I took it back to the shop, and I told them, I said, "This is a fake." And I said, at first they went to me, "Why are you bringing in a fake?" I went, "No, I ordered it from your store, from your website. It's a fake." And they went, "How do you know it's a fake?" So I'd spent ages explaining it to them, and then they were like, "I have to get my manager." And then it took ages. It took me way too long to describe it and everything. And but anyway, got sorted in the end. Weren't a problem. But then the next day, I walked past CEX in the window. The copy that I took in to say was fake.
No, they would start selling again.
And I went in and I went, "You know that copy in the window's fake? That was the one that I had." And they went, "Why did you sell us a fake cartridge?" I went, "No,
square
I
one."
bought it. I was going in circles. I went, "You know, like one of them sketches where you feel like they're going mad, and you're like, no, wait."
That's brilliant.
Yeah, so I took it off the shelf after I moaned about it because I said to him, I said, "Look, leave it on the shelf. You wait until you get a very angry customer, spend a lot of money on that cartridge, realizing it's fake." And I won't be happy. I was very polite about it, but people won't.
We need another gaming company to kind of rival. I mean, I love CEX for the most part. You can get some good deals in there now and again. But we need another company out there to rival them. Now that like all the game stations are going away into like Sports Directs and all that stuff.
I was saying with ours in town, we had game right next to CEX. It was, it weren't looking the game. It was okay.
Yeah.
Went past there like a couple of weeks ago, boarded up, gone.
Oh,
It isn't moved anywhere. It's
yeah.
just gone.
You'll see
It's the only
R1.
one in the city.
You'll see R1 tomorrow, and that's got a big sign on it saying closing down, going to Sports Direct. So you'll be able to go in there for the last time or whatever and see if there's any deals. It's good when you go in there because you've got loads of Switch cases there for like a tenner now, which is kind
Oh,
of
okay.
if you're after Switch cases. I got another Switch case the other day with Mario on it, so I've gone crazy. I've got like 3 Switch cases for no reason because I've got
And
2
then
Pokemon
they're
ones.
going to fit your Switch too, though.
I know. I even said that to the guy. I was like, I've got. And he went, oh, yeah, because I got sold to him. I was like, yeah, I've got 3 of these, and I was like, 3, yeah. I'm going to buy a new one soon as well for the Switch 2. But there aren't any Switch 2 cases, aren't? You can only buy the official one at the moment, which is like black.
Yeah, but
I'm like,
give it like 10 minutes later on when it's released,
I
and then there'll be
know.
tons of them.
I know. We need to talk about that later. Before we
Yeah.
get into it. I'll quickly talk about what I beat or played. I finally beat Legend of Zelda: Heroes of Echoes of Wisdom. That's the one, isn't it?
Oh yes, yeah, that's it. Yeah,
I've beat some of this for ages over the stream, but overall, really good, but nowhere as good. I know it's probably unfair to some people, but I think it's very similar in style and everything to Link's Awakening, that remake. I think
it's the same engine they used for it.
Same
as well.
engine.
Yeah.
I think part of the problem is because I'd played that game first and it was very good, and I was like, wow, the style, this is gorgeous, beautiful. So it didn't have that. It's like watching Jurassic Park 2 or whatever. You've seen the dinosaurs. Yeah. It's kind of like that. It's like, okay, I love the style still, but I think I got a bit like
before, yeah.
I think I said this last time where I'm just seeing the formula too much. You
get a bit burnt out with the repetitive
there
nature.
Was no kind of surprises in it, and it was good overall. I enjoyed my time with it, but I don't rank it as much as like some of the other Zeldas, and I want to play all the other ones as well. But I'm glad that I beat it, and because I love to beat games and move on. That's my issue.
I do the same, but I've done the same as you. Played a lot of it, stopped playing for a while, and I'm trying to push myself back to completing it because
from the sound of where you were, I think you were, because like I mentioned somewhere, I think you were just before it. Like you're not that far off, really.
Yeah, I think I am quite close, but
yeah, it's like you might as well just go back and just put a couple of days and just beat it, because otherwise, because of the backlog and because there's the Switch 2 coming out and all the other games coming out in the world, you won't go back to it.
I know. It gets further. It's like it's getting like end of the queue, and it's going further and further
away. Exactly. And you think, all that time, oh mate, but at least, or you could just say, I have my time with it. This is what I think about it. I don't really want to beat it, but I know you're like me. You just like kind of like to put an end point to things.
Yeah, it's just nice to kind of like full stop it. Just close that chapter of it, and then like good, great. I can now.
I also played a couple of other games, which are I suppose not retro, but I'm going to say Vampire Survivors. I've got to mention.
I'm waiting for that.
Oh mate, I made a huge mistake playing that game. A huge mistake. Have you seen Vampire Survivors?
Oh yeah, it was when it first came out. It was it's still quite big now.
Yeah.
But I remember so many people play. Just Andy. He was playing tons of it.
Apparently, it was like someone was saying it was really bad to look at on stream because there's so much going on. It just wrecks your stream.
Yeah, it's when you get bad bit rate. Yeah, and it fills up.
Snowy effect.
But it's a game that I've looked at, wanting to get. But I got too scared I might get addicted to it. So
it's definitely that. I think it's 100% worth the money and to support the developer because it's just like one guy and he won like an award for it and everything. But it's just so addictive. You literally, and I didn't realize that when I started playing it. There are no buttons to the game. You literally just use the D-pad.
I didn't know that. I thought that you had to press a button or like it was like a dual stick shooter and you had to aim.
Yeah, I did as well. I thought you had to aim.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I thought. It auto shoots. So also with the Switch, you can use the touchscreen controls. So
that makes sense why it's on mobile then, because all you do is move your character around.
It's great. You can play it with one hand. So basically, you start off, you pick a character because you have to unlock some. So if you've got characters, you pick one, and they all have a different starting weapon or basically effects or whatever. And one of the characters got the garlic ring, for example, which you can pick up through the game. But garlic ring means that any enemies that comes into you, the earlier enemies, will just die before you get to you.
Oh, like a force field type of thing.
Yeah. Force field, that's a better way to say it. So it got to the point in the game where I can just like get a really good at the garlic ring, which sounds weird, good force field. I can put the game down and go make a cup of tea.
Oh, really?
That's what I'm saying. It's kind of reminds me of like the cookie clicker games and all that. It kind of reminds me of those where you don't have to make that much effort. No. And then you get to do that, and then you level up all the time, which I love leveling up in games. And then you get to pick a new effect for your character, and they all stack up. You get so many. And by the end of like your run, if you get there, if you don't die, the whole screen is just full of enemies. You can't move, and you've just got to
Wow.
kind of
You just
slightly
like
move.
going for the crowds.
Yeah, you're going right through. It's like The Walking Dead. You know when you ever see The Walking Dead where they're all going through like that. Oh, it reminds me of that. And you've just got to edge your way through a little tiny bit, but you can't really do anything. And then death comes and out of nowhere and kills you in one go.
Oh,
but there's a way.
you're trying to avoid him.
Yeah, the second time I've only fought him twice now, and the second time I stunned him because of one of the effects he had, and then he killed me straight away after that. Apparently, there's some items that you can pick up, and then you can fight him. But I got to the point where I'm like, I don't know if I want to continue this game anymore because I looked at the hours played, it was 10 hours, and I was like, oh my god, that's like already 10 hours I put into this game out of nowhere. And it was just like, and I was getting sick. Do you ever play a game where you play so much you get sick? And I think it's more the nature of the game because of all the stuff going on.
I had that with there was a first. I can't remember it. It was a first-person shooter, but a really fast-paced one. It was. It looked like Fear, but it wasn't Fear. It had a weird name. It was on PC.
Yeah,
really good. It had bullet time in it. Really good. But the frame rate was so quick when you're moving yourself around. It actually gave me like I don't know. Is it like it's not vertigo
or motion sickness?
Like it's a motion sickness. And I was like, oh, I had to stop playing for a minute, and I was like, I don't actually feel too well after that. What's that about?
I did this a lot with this game, and I remember in the coffee shop and they got up, and I was just like all wobbly, and I was like, and I looked it up, and a lot of people have had a similar issue. Like I think it's just like because I get a lot of issues with like light, and I think it's something to do with that. With the bright, there's a lot of bright light things going on in the game,
lot flashing.
Yeah, like a photosensitivity or something going on. And so I'm like, oh god. So there's an option to take some of those effects off, and I did that, and it helped a bit, but not much. But I'll say what though, if I would have had this on the plane to Canada,
you'd have been playing it the entire time.
I don't think I would have even blinked, and I would have went, oh, we're landing. Like it's
one of those.
It's that addictive, and I got the DLC for Castlevania. Oh my god, with the Castlevania music on it, it's so good.
Oh, that's cool.
So
you are selling it to me. You know you're selling it to me right now
because it's proper retro, like looking and all the whole aesthetic and everything, and it's just I don't know. It's just really addictive. I don't want to play it anymore though. Because
you know what? They're a game that I call them. Just guilty games because there was a Stickman game on PC. All you used was left and right button on the mouse.
Oh yeah,
you had enemies go from the left, go to the right. So you click once if it's a basic enemy, double click if they're a harder enemy, or do a combination. And I played hours of it, and I felt so guilty playing it. I felt like I shouldn't have been playing it.
Yeah, what the hell are you doing?
Like, what am I doing? What am I doing? I could be doing literally anything else right now. And it kind of put me off it, and that's the sort of game I feel like it would do that.
And I don't know. I think it's because it's kind of like, I suppose, is it call it a roguelike, whatever? Is it a roguelike or roguelite? I never get that genre.
I would say roguelike, but I don't know if that's right.
I think it's one of those where you get every time you go for a run, and then while doing the run, you'll pick up something that'll help you next time.
Yeah. That on the next run, you get
I love that genre, and Metroidvanias are my drugs. Like if you give me a good one of those games, and that's a really good example of it, Vampire Survivors, I will get hooked. Like case in point, I was hooked on that, and I'm trying not to play as much now. And because I've moved back onto Hades. Now Hades has got back into me. Have you played any Hades at all?
I've got Hades. Actually, Stu, a while ago, actually gifted me a copy on Steam.
Oh.
I really want to play it because it supports ultra wide monitor downstairs.
Yeah.
It's a bit gutting though because I want to play it on Switch because I would literally play it handheld anywhere type of thing.
It always goes on sale on Switch, and it'll be really cheap soon because the Switch 2 is getting the exclusive.
Because the number 2's coming out soon. And I say good things about it.
2's in early access on Steam and all that, but it's getting the actual full release. But if I'm the same, like sometimes I've got a game on Steam, and I love having games on Steam. It's really good, but I am out all the time, or when I want to play games, it's more convenient to have me Switch in my bag. So it's nice.
Yeah, again, because I feel guilty sitting there on the PC playing it.
Yeah,
when I could be editing, or I could be
doing something else. Yeah,
doing something else, sort of thing.
Or in a coffee shop or something like that. You get your Switch out and have a go.
Yeah,
But I'm
Yeah.
the same. Like, I'd rather get games on the Switch now. Like, it might be different if I had a Steam Deck, then I'd be able to do that, you know?
I know, yeah. That's like when Super was showing me when he got his first one, and I totally would get because my library, but I think anyone who's got Steam has probably got an amazing library of games
There's
because the
no one
sales go
who's had
crazy.
Steam for a couple of years who's got like one game in the account. And if you
Yeah,
have, you're weird.
yeah. That's not. Yeah, it's not normal. Yeah,
Not
you
normal.
got to have. You might have hardly. You might only have one of them installed, but
Yeah.
you'll have a ton of these games
Oh God,
in
yeah.
your
Because
list that
most of them,
you
a
don't
lot of them
even
are not
run.
even about a money thing. A lot of them are free.
No.
You get given games for free that just
Free
appear in Steam.
games, Christmas sales. When
Oh God.
I remember buying Saints Row 2 at the time when it was new. I bought it for 50p
Yeah.
on Steam sale. I put 24 hours of my time on that game.
Wow.
I loved it.
Wow.
You know,
50p. That's
so
good money's worth, didn't you? So that's good.
yeah, I put way more overtime than
Oh.
I paid for it.
But
So
yeah, so I'd pick up Hades on the Switch if you get it, before the new one comes out. If you like
yeah,
that type of game, I think you might do. If you like that kind of roguelike thing, it's the same kind of principle, really. You basically do a run. You go through all these different what do you call, like, different floors of hell to try and get out of
oh
it.
yeah,
And each time you can change your weapon if you want. Have you played Dead Cells? It's similar to that in a way.
yes, yeah. I played a little bit of that one.
Some of that
Yeah,
Dead Cells is like a 2D one. This is more of an isometric kind of look, but it's gorgeous to look at. And this game came
yeah.
out probably like 5 years or something ago.
Yeah,
And
it's been out for quite a while now. It apparently got really good story, the really good characters from the underworld of
yeah,
and all the lore and all that's meant to be very
I
good.
think there's a thing with video games now where if they came out like what 5, 6, 7 years ago, they just look great. And we've just hit this point
Yeah,
now where like 2D art is just like always going to look great, even though because like Hollow Knight's one of the ones I go on about how great Hollow Knight is. Hollow Knight still looks fantastic,
it's been
you
like
know.
anything that's cell shaded,
Yeah,
like that. Always, it's kind of timeless, isn't it? It don't
yeah,
look dated. It kind of
exactly.
has its style and
But
it
you can
sticks with
tell
it.
like a 16-bit game, like a game from like the SNES or something like that. Even though those games look great as well, but like
Yeah,
for the last 10 years or whatever, those games just look great and they're still like very playable now. It's different 3D. But yeah, Hades, I'm absolutely loving. After this podcast tonight, I'm literally going to go and play that, play loads of
yeah,
Hades tonight, and get through that
nice.
and try. I just want to try and get a couple of a run. I haven't done a run through it yet.
Yeah,
But that's all the games I've been playing. Should we go over some news today?
yes.
Let's see what we got. Let me see. Is this coming up? This news bit? Is it blank or not?
Oh no, you got the browser straight away.
Nice. I don't know why that does that sometimes, but you put this in the new Shinobi trailer, which
Yeah.
what does it say? New Shinobi Art of Vengeance stage introduction. So this is a whole stage, is it?
Basically, it's playing through one of the stages of the game because the reason why I went to show
Yeah.
a minute's worth of it. The reason why I know we know this game was coming out, but it showed because it was
August
so quick.
29th, I think.
It's quite soon really because the thing is with the original trailer, it was lots of flashes of animation with the gameplay.
Yeah, you didn't
This
really
is
get
showing a little
a
bit more like if someone was actually playing it.
It
Type
looks
thing.
great, doesn't it? It looks
It looks
so nice.
absolutely
I think we
gorgeous.
said this last time, but it's got like a calmy feel to it, just with
Yeah,
like the colours.
yeah.
I love that. Look at that. I mean, there's a bit in the middle, in a bit where was he on the horse or the big dog thing or whatever it is?
Oh
Was he
yeah,
riding?
yeah. It's riding that big.
What is it?
Was it a horse or wolf? I can't remember
Oh, it
now.
must be.
I
It'll
only
be a
watched it a
wolf.
while
It'll
ago.
be a wolf only. I'm
Got
not
a
saying big
wolf for
dog.
that,
There you
yeah.
go.
Oh,
Look
there you
at
go.
that.
That's it.
It's just gorgeous with the fire and everything. Oh, it's got like a boost as well to go over the fires.
Yeah, so
Why
that's
does that
like a
remind me of Lion
run and
King?
gun level.
I've got a Lion King feel. That Lion King level. Oh, look at
But yeah,
that as
and
well.
like, all the rating, it's
You can
going to
tell
look gorgeous on there, isn't it? For
it's
that?
done by again, it's Streets Rage 4 guys. That's why it's got that kind of
Yeah,
look.
yeah. Is it that emu or
Dot
whatever
M
it's called?
is it dot M? No, because they're different than the
Oh
ones who
no,
did
I was getting mixed up
they're
last time, didn't
different
I?
than the ones who did, but they work together for the Turtles game.
Oh, that was it.
I think they did. I'm getting confused as well. But then no, them dot mu and these guys are working together on the new Marvel one that's coming out this year.
That's what I'm getting confused. Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
getting confused with.
I'm probably confused with that as well because really what it
I
is.
know, but yeah, because you have a lot of the lead one. It's got that sort of style to it straight away, and it's the drawn. It's a brushwork.
It just made for speed
on
runs
it.
as well. It looks like it's like you can
Yeah,
power you
and the
through.
combos and stuff as well. It looks like you can go in with a bacon slash, or if you go in, you can like mid-air. I don't know.
I thought you were going to say like stealth through, and it's like I couldn't see any stealthy thing. Oh look, do you know what I've just noticed? Look at that in the background.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't notice that. Then it's like this big dragon thing.
Big dragon and that and stuff like that on the background. Yeah, it's
What is that? What is that?
I've, I, Oh god, big monster. That's obviously that might be a
Wow.
boss or something. I don't
Yeah,
know.
it's gonna be
I don't
something
know
like
because this game is not the normal. It's not a Shinobi game that's just remade.
no.
It's its own one, but they do take elements from other
Yeah.
previous Shinobi games. So it is a new one, which is more exciting than it just being
I feel
a
like this year
remaster
is
or
going to be like
something.
the year of the ninja. You know, we got like this and Ninja Gaiden, and it was something else we showed off recently. It was it a
Yes.
GBA game? I can't remember what it was. We talked about a couple of podcasts
Oh
away.
yeah,
That's got re-released.
Ninja O or something. Ninja
Yeah,
5
yeah, and
Oh,
that one's got
that.
like it was like a part of the old game, wasn't it?
Yeah,
So
it was
they're
a Game
releasing
Boy
a lot of
Advance
this
game
stuff.
redone.
I'm 100% getting this. I'm
Yeah.
expecting it to be about like what 13 quid or something like that. What do you think? Do you think it'd be more than that? Or do you think it
Yeah.
might be more than that, mightn't it?
Well, the new prices and everything.
Yeah. This is the,
Well,
the
I'm
this the pre-order
assuming it's
bonus.
nice, but Sega have been pretty good with their stuff. But look, pre-order bonus, quick, pre-order
Yeah,
it before
get
digital sales
get
run
ten
out.
percent off. I want. Yeah, the price is probably there then. But Ghost outfit. What are your thoughts on this? You know, when you get a game
Yeah.
and you get like, and you want to and say he looks cool in that normal outfit, but then you get a Ghost outfit and you can immediately change the way he looks. I'm
Um,
like, I don't really want to
I
do that.
like to earn it. I like to own
Yeah,
it as a, but I like to go. Oh, you have to do a certain thing, and then you've unlocked it. Go cool. Then I get to change it later on.
yeah.
When it's
Later
already
on,
there,
it's like, well, you've designed this game around this character. I mean, this might not play out
hmm,
like that, by the way. It might be like
no,
something that you just get later on. But like I've seen games where that where you unlock a costume or something and you can instantly wear it. And I'm like, well,
yeah.
you designed this game, and one of the reasons it enticed me is because the look of the character, and now you
It's
want
like
me
a
to
game.
change him.
It's a first-person game I got. I can't remember what it was a long time ago, and it came with a gold gun. And I
Hmm.
ended up using that gold gun the entire time, and not the original gun, or something like that, And
And
it's
it's like
like
that's
things like
it's
that.
odd, isn't it?
Yeah,
But it's like, you see there, it doesn't say Switch 2, so it's on Switch 1, which is interesting. Do
but
you
then
know? I
yeah,
was going to ask a question. Sorry, I know this is a Switch
go for
racing
it.
question already. I was asking this today, and I don't know if you know this. Right, is my Switch 1 redundant after I use a Switch 2? After I sign in and you
Well,
and
from
well,
what we've seen in a pattern of like the 3DS and stuff,
yeah,
yeah, in the 3DS sort of form, because what you do is when you do the system transfer. It's literally it's ripping everything from that console over to the other one. But then I'm a bit gay because I don't want to do that either. I
no,
want to have my Switch Lite or my normal Switch, whatever. I want to still be able to use that because, as I said, not every game is going to work straight away or
no.
something like that.
And
Or
the storage
playing,
issue as well,
yeah,
like because you're gonna have
yeah,
bigger games on the Switch too, and I would love it if it was more a case of like, I mean, 100%. I suppose we don't know really, although they did go over some of this in the direct. But I would
yeah.
love it if you go into your Switch 1, even though you've got your Switch 2, it says, "Oh, you've signed in. We're going to sign you out of the Switch 2," and each time you
Mm.
got to like re-sign in or something like that, and it means you get like a seat. You know what I mean? When you get like that with like some Adobe software where you got like a seat while you're logging this, you can't log in at the same time with the Switch 2.
That's actually a bit like with because you've only got one Switch, you don't have two Switches, do you?
No.
That's the way it works. With the at the moment, if you've got two Switches with the same account, you have a primary and you have a secondary.
Hmm.
And the way that works is the secondary requires connecting to the internet. If you've got digital games, requires a connected internet to verify that you bought that game.
Yeah.
If you've got it as a primary, it doesn't. It might do that check once every now and again, but with the secondary, it always does it. So the
Ah,
idea is you kind of want to. So hopefully they might do that with the Switch too,
I'd
where you
love
could.
that. Because there are games like this where I see Switch 1 and I go, do we really need to get. I mean, I might change my mind when I got the Switch 2 and just all I want to do is play on that. But there's a
But
part of me where I think, what if it's for the Switch 1, it's going to work just for the Switch 1 better,
but the thing
possibly.
is, I don't know if you've seen. I don't know if we
We
added
got
it
on the
into
news.
the news part,
Yeah, we got the news
but
thing coming up.
there's a there's a big bit about the Switch updates, which kind of addresses that.
Yeah,
But
we'll go over
we
that.
come back to
We're
that.
going to
We
get
come
you
back
over
to
that.
that.
But anyway, I am looking forward to this. It does say the
Oh
date.
yeah.
Let's just confirm. It's again in case I got it
Oh
wrong.
yeah. Did you say August 20?
I love this so good. August
Oh no,
29th,
August.
yeah.
Yeah, by the end.
So that's not, well, we're in May now. God, it's, you think, like, I was saying this today, going, like, this year I want to do this. I was sort of talking about, and I was like, I realised, wait, we're in May.
Yeah.
We're like nearly halfway through the year already.
We'll be wearing our Christmas jumpers soon.
Oh my god, we will. We were talking about Halloween. When we did the Halloween
Halloween.
stream and we just went, woo!
Ooh, that was it. That again.
We're halfway to Halloween, by the way. That's a thing this month. I've never knew this. People say that. Like Halloween or whatever. It's halfway to Halloween.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, it's a
Okay.
thing. People have been saying it because we're in May, halfway to Halloween. So we're halfway to Halloween, which is crazy because it feels like the year just started. But anyway, yeah, that's a game I'm definitely getting.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely getting that as well.
I can't remember when the Ninja Gaiden's out with you. I guess that's the same time.
They should give it a bit. I hope they give it a little bit of time because obviously too much stuff straight away. You get mixed up which one you want to get. But yeah, the thing is though, like there's been so many 2D games like this for a little while. Yeah. But you kind of I get some of you go, oh right, okay, we've seen sort of thing before. But that one. Like I instantly like, oh yeah,
it looks great, doesn't it? It looks great, and I'm just totally in the mood to play a lot of new games this year, and that's one of them. Right, so going from that to Turok.
Yeah, I know.
A new update for Turok. Why?
The reason why I included this. Look at the patch list when you scroll down. Look at all of these updates they've done to it.
This is for the original Turok.
This is for the original Turok game on the Switch.
When did they put Turok on? This is not on the online service, is it? You've got to buy Turok.
No, this is not the ROM of the Nintendo one. This is a dedicated version of the game. They've done it with 2 as well.
Yeah, obviously.
And if you're with Limited Run, I know you love Limited Run. They released a physical version of it.
Oh, okay. New option added to adjust auto map. So this makes me think that they must have the data for that people are playing Turok on the Switch. Is it only on the Switch, by the way? Was it released on all the other consoles?
Oh, do you know what? Oh, I can't remember.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I can't remember. I'm not sure. But the thing that makes this version more people play this over the just playing the N64 version on a ROM or whatever is because they've obviously it's more suited to the hardware, so it looks like the original, but you don't have the fog in the distance. You have a better draw distance overall. Yeah. And performance is much better. So anyone who wants to play these games will more likely to play this version over the other. But I'm just shocked that they're still bothering because it's good they are. But
I've got nostalgia for this, to be honest. It's one of the first games I played on there, and I kind of enjoyed it because that's what you had, you know. But
me and Danny played it on Sunday, and we didn't like it.
No, is that the first time? Did you play it back in the day?
Or... No, I never had an N64. Danielle did what? She was that. I was a PlayStation 1.
Yeah.
So I never even had one.
There's a lot of janky games I liked, which I play now and go, oh my god, like Mission Impossible is so janky.
Oh, we've got that. We want to play it at some point.
I want you to play it for the first time, and then see what you think of it. Because just those graphics have aged. As much as I love Nintendo, N64,
it's an earlier game as well.
So what else is it? Entering or exiting a level will now set a checkpoint if the players are check. Oh my god, they've had a lot of quality of life stuff, haven't they?
That's why I included it, because you think, well, updates for a game. Oh, that's nice, but look at that list.
Turok will no longer make underwater hurt sounds when taking a damage in an anti-gravity area.
So there's obviously people still testing, or these are feedbacks to people who love the game and said, look, there's still problems with this, and they've addressed them, which I think that's amazing. They've done that.
Okay, this is still going.
I know, I told you, it's mad. Look at it.
Oh my word! What the hell?
Look how much updates
the player will now rotate when on spinning platforms. It's just there's so much.
Yeah. Fix sound. There's one second from last one. All right, Nintendo Life, calm down.
Websites that do that just can get in the bin. I love Nintendo Life. I love Nintendo Life.
Yeah,
but I don't like this website. It's kind of mechanic is ridiculous.
But yeah, it's like low tone sound fixed. It's mad. Like things we probably wouldn't even notice unless you're hardcore with it. But so that's mad, and that's patch version 3 as well. So they're still doing it, and this come out quite a while ago.
I don't think it's that expensive, Turok, is it?
No, it's super cheap. Super cheap game.
£6 or something, maybe. Something like that.
If that now, I can't even remember. It's been around for so long.
Yeah, I wonder if they ever add those games to the actual online service. But when they've got them on there, probably not now.
Well, this one it's weird because there's certain games that even though it's an N64 game, because they've done so much to it, they can't really class it as part of the N64 library because it's not that game technically.
No,
So that's why they get a
you'd
bit
have to get the
more.
original, and with all the
Well, they've done
quirks.
that with Glover as well. That's another game. It's an N64 game, but they've released it as its own separate
Yeah,
release.
it's
It's very
weird when you do
strange.
that, isn't it? But I guess it gets
Yeah,
updated. But the other ones get updates as well. Do you get like the
yeah,
GoldenEye, for example? You can play. You can play online with GoldenEye. I mean, there was like everyone was so excited about playing GoldenEye, and I
yeah.
think what happened is that we all remembered why we stopped playing GoldenEye. It's like we played it enough, and you play it again. It's like it's good, but it's like Wii Sports. We all got excited about Wii Sports 2. Came out and we were like, oh yeah, but we kind of stopped playing Wii Sports. Happens
it
with a lot of these games.
it was fun doing it with the proximity mines, and we
Yeah.
plant them everywhere. But then you forget where you planted them and blow
Oh yeah.
yourself up.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Next
that's
bit of
why I included that
news.
one. I thought it was good because of the amount of updates.
You included this as well.
Yeah,
I was trying to find with the first one on Switch, and I couldn't find it. Well, I don't know if you can buy games. Can you buy games through the browser? Because I hate this eShop.
you can. Yeah,
I
I
was looking,
can't
and
remember how
it
you do
wouldn't.
it, but
Yeah, it was just like a labyrinth to trying to get to it.
oh, it's
And
not. It's not easy to navigate unless you know exactly what you're looking
yeah,
for, and then it brings
I
a link to it.
I hope they ease that for the next one anyway. But this is the second Capcom fighting game. This is where I just lose it when I go. I didn't realize there's so many fighting games out. I mean, I do, but like I want to get these, but like again, like I'm it's just over my head how
You
many
get a
fighting
bit
games
like,
there
well,
are.
it's not just that. It's a bit mad because it's not just fighting games. You've got some beat 'em up ones along with the normal
Yeah,
1v1 games in there,
and you got
and
Power
there's some
Stones
that
in there as
only
well now.
got and yeah, some of them in there. That the reason why these ones it got Power Stone with this
Hmm.
one, and
Yeah,
that hasn't had a re-release since the
no,
PSP.
I think that was the big one. Everyone was like jumping at.
It was really good
Was that
because
on PSP? You say?
yeah, what they did was originally it came out on the
Yeah.
Dreamcast. Then PSP bought the Power Stone collection, and it
Oh,
was
I didn't
basically
know
one
that.
and two on PSP.
Wow. Did that do well on PSP? Because I didn't know like fighting games would have done that well.
It's bizarre because I think you could play it wirelessly. If you had
Yeah.
the local network, you could play on two separate systems.
Because
Uh,
Power Stone's kind of like I've never played it. I've seen it.
it's
It's a
like
fighting
It's
game.
like
It's like
it best way.
It's like Smash Bros. It's like a
Yeah,
brawler, isn't it?
yeah, just at a slightly different angle. That's the sort of
Yeah.
thing it is. Really, it is a weird one though because it's fun, but it's short burst fun because
Yeah.
like once you killed each other a few times,
People
you
love
know.
it though.
But people and you got boss battles in it, which is quite good.
Yeah. I can
So,
imagine
but,
people
yeah.
going nuts for a new Power Stone. Can you imagine if that
Oh,
was
if
announced?
they did announce
It'd be
number three
huge.
and it
Yeah.
switched to only or something,
Oh my
it would
god,
do
yeah, it would
really
be
well.
huge. But
Yeah.
I like all these collections because I've got one of the Street Fighter collections, but it's one of
Yes, so
those
do
things
I.
that when you start looking at these things, you start thinking, have I got some of these games already? Like,
Yeah, there is a bit of cross-platform with other ones, and then they
yeah,
might be the arcade version and not
yeah,
the console version, things like
yeah.
that.
But I'd love it.
But
Like, I just want a complete. You're never going to get a complete collection of anything. But I wish there was a complete.
yeah,
I've got all the SNK games now in one section, or all the Street Fighter games. But they'll release these for over and over again, especially the Street Fighter ones.
yeah, real
But
bad. It's like shmup games. I wanted to get like a couple of these which shmup collections.
oh, I love
You
those.
don't
Yeah.
realise how many there
There's
is,
so
like
many
games, and
because
you just
they all
get
come
lost
from the
in them all.
arcades. Because I
Yeah,
guess when like Gallagher and all those games were doing well in the arcades, people just made so many different variations of them.
yeah.
But that would be God. I love. I've got some of those collections actually through Steam, or maybe actually through on Switch as well. But again, they're things I'd love for physical versions of. I
But
wanted
the
to do.
reason that was so complicated, it has about half a dozen trailers because there's so many games in the
Yeah,
collection. They've had to release separate
you have
trailers.
to showcase it in different ways. Yeah, I was looking at
Yeah,
that earlier and I was like, oh my, I was confused. And then you go
I
through all
know it
this.
was
Yeah,
because I wanted to put
so much.
in
Oh, that's
because we write notes of like what we're going to talk about.
yeah.
But this one I couldn't really put it in because it's got a number of different games in there. Yeah, that's good. Here we go.
That's the
Power
list,
Stone,
isn't
Power
it?
Stone
16th of
2.
May. Actually, you know what? A couple of weeks.
Oh, that could be quite nice, that one.
So this is the second one. Again, it's one of those ones you don't need to buy the first game because it's just
No,
a collection
it's
game.
only if it's a particular game that you really are after in a
Yeah, it's
collection.
in
That
this.
because sometimes they're a bit crafty. They release one game that didn't get a console release, but
Yeah,
on
and put
one
on this.
collection and another one on another collection. So
gotta
even
get
if
in
you
there,
want that
yeah.
one game, you got to get all
And
of them.
didn't he release? I'm pretty sure I'm getting confused now of all the fighting game releases that have come out. But there was an X-Men one as well a while ago. There was an X-Men release collection as well, X-Men
Yeah.
fighting game. I can't even remember what that was, but it's getting so confusing now. But again, if I saw these quite cheap, I'll pick them up. I don't know if these get physical versions though. Oh, actually, I think they do. Or am I confused with another Capcom?
Well, you're thinking
The
there was
fighting
a
one, the beat 'em up one.
that
Yeah, that
only got a
did.
Japan release
Did it?
physically. Yeah,
I'm
because
sure I saw
I
it on
wanted it.
Amazon.
Oh, was it?
I'm sure I saw it on Amazon ages ago. Like
Oh,
relatively cheap.
oh, okay. Because I remember it getting a Japanese physical release, but that was when it first came out.
Yeah.
So I have to, because I actually bought that one because it has Knights of the Round, which is a really good hack and slash game. At the Punisher, I think was on it.
Yeah.
And a couple of others
Oh,
again because
nice.
they're arcade only ones.
Yeah.
It was really good.
That's a nice little collection. Right, this one. You put this one as well. So have you got a play date? I always forget if
I
you got one.
I don't, but I really want one. And do you know what
Oh.
makes it even cooler? I don't know how we mentioned it before, but you can actually hook it up to a PC and stream directly from
That's
that
cool.
on, and
You
it
can
gets its
stream
own
it.
interface. But you're using the actual play date, but you're outputting it on
That's cool.
capture because
So you hold
Hannah
it up
from the
and
banana,
crank and
she's
everything.
got one,
Oh, has she?
and
She
she
streams it?
streamed it. She did.
Oh, well, I'm going to
Yeah,
check out if
and I was
that.
like, oh, I really want to.
Oh,
But the problem is they're quite
yeah,
expensive.
they're
I
very
love
expensive.
the gadget of them, and I've played. I think last time we met up with Me for Mortals, Beanhead, a couple of others. I can't remember which person in the group had one. Someone had one in the group.
Yeah.
And I had a proper play because I played about with one at Expos, but it's like a 2 minute thing.
Yeah.
Because we were sitting down in a pub, but it was more relaxed environment. I got to play it a bit more, and it's a great, cool little device.
Do they feel good? Does it feel
It
quite
feels
robust, by the way? It doesn't feel like
yeah.
it'll break.
Oh, it feels superb quality, like really robust.
And the
It
screen's
feels
good as well, because
great.
it hasn't got a backlight, has it?
That's the biggest problem people don't like. It's the quality of the picture is beautiful, but it's like using a it's because it's a chrome screen or whatever. You need, like, if you're out in the sun, because like if you took your Switch outside, you can't see the screen
No.
at all with the sunshine. It's terrible, isn't it?
Terrible.
But one of these does super well in
is
bright
it?
sunlight.
Yeah. I guess like there's like the contrast is there because it's just like two colours, isn't it, as
Yeah.
well? That helps. So what's this? So it's getting
So
achievements now?
yeah, so what it was, there's because it's a lot of homebrew for it. There's someone's made an achievement
Oh.
system to integrate with games, a bit like RetroArch, where they have their achievements.
So it's not official. It's not. Oh god, it's not from the
No,
official behind the scenes.
because it's quite a open source. That's the word. It's an open source device. A lot of developers bring out new stuff, but it pops up with the little achievements and stuff on the screen.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Isn't it?
And I thought, and because of us talking about we want achievements in
and
Switch
then
games.
Oh my god, they got achievements on this, but not on Switch.
Yeah, I know. What's that about?
So big day for Playdate community. The achievement framework has officially hit 1.0. You can now easily add achievements to your games with support for standard progress-based and hidden achievements, plus a full viewer and a toast notifications. Do you know what I didn't realise and think about this? When every time I've heard about the Playdate, it's always like the official games that come out. But you can actually make games. People are making games for this.
You can download the program right now for free and develop a game, and then you can release it, and then you can get it added to their store.
Wow!
And then you buy it.
Oh, so you got a dedicated Playdate store, have they, to buy games from?
Yeah, because you have the game. Because the way it works is it's quite an expensive device. First of all, you think but every I don't know, is it every day in the month or
you get one of the games? You get a selected game that they put out, official games, don't they?
And each day they bring out a new game for you to play. You get to keep the other one, but you just add a new one each time. So you're basically paying for the library ahead of time.
Yeah.
But then you have a store part where you can buy separate games that developers have made.
That's cool. I love that. So there's supporting other developers, and then they might add this. I wonder if these can be added to the official games as well. Then, the ones that they put out officially.
Yeah, because I'm assuming this can integrate with all the other games. Because they're all just. Yeah, it doesn't like it because of the. I
think the ads are coming in and out, and it's just like.
It's terrible, isn't it?
Awful, but I'd love it. How much did I play that? About £300 or something stupid like that.
Something like that. I can't actually remember because it's been a while. But do you know what? The one bit you'd like as well? They do a carrying case, and it looks like a little pizza box.
Oh,
and it's like, really cute.
That's really cute. Oh god!
But honestly, if you played with one, you will go. I
almost don't want to.
I like this.
that's the reason I've kind of I've stayed away from anyone who's got a Steam Deck because it
Yeah.
ruined my love for like Nintendo. You know, wanting a
Yeah.
Switch.
Yeah.
Because like, oh god, no, because it'll make too much sense to get a Steam Deck because of the Steam library we've got. You know, so that's why I've stayed away from
It's a
that.
dangerous thing. But I just wanted to include that because achievements added to it, and I thought that's such a cool idea.
A couple of, well, I suppose.
Yeah, this one you added, isn't it? So, do you know what? I haven't actually looked into this properly.
No, I mean,
So
it's
you might
not
have to explain
much.
it to me a bit.
I've just literally looked at it as well. Why digital games are going up too. So this is literally about the Xbox prices going up, and it's just basically about oh my god, it's literally just text, isn't it? It's literally about the Xbox is going to be going up in price. Let's say so. Microsoft has joined Nintendo in announcing that some of its games will sell for £80. So, I mean,
Oh,
yeah. So
oh
it's
right. I
not
thought
just
you meant just a little bit of a price jump.
so yeah. It's not just the games though. It's the systems as well. Which I don't know if they say on this bit.
But it's weird though because for forever they've publicly announced, not just Xbox, any company, every console is made at a loss because they make back the money on the software. That's how originally I heard it was the way it was meant to be, because they wanted to get you first in the door with it. But how comes Xbox has been added to it? Why is there no mention of Sony, or has that been a thing
I'm
already?
not sure with this, but people are saying that Sony's going to be next. Like if you went on Twitter yesterday, you would have seen on the side, oh, PlayStation, the PlayStation next. They go, and it's due to tariffs and everything like that. I mean, Nintendo already put their prices up due to like impending tariffs and inflation and all that stuff.
They did it ahead of time.
Xbox are just matching that. Like it's because obviously we're in the UK, we're not kind of seeing this as much. But in America, that's all people are going on about. So that's the reason why they
because it's really forced on them quite a bit more.
This is the price of consoles, Xbox consoles, and games are going up for them. But it's going to reflect over here as well, which is the weirdest thing because obviously we shouldn't be seeing.
It shouldn't affect us. There's nothing to do with us. But
they're going to have like that price matching type of thing, I guess.
Yeah.
But it's annoying. Like I was saying this today, it's like this. The whole thing is annoying. No one's like I wasn't happy with the Mario Kart being like 70 odd quid. Like I'm never gonna be happy at the price of those things. But it's one of those things we just go, well, this is the price you pay for your luxury items, isn't it? You know, I guess. I mean, gaming is a luxury.
It's a luxury, yeah. It's not an essential, really. No, even though we look at it as more essentials nowadays, to be honest.
Exactly, yeah, we do because that's our entertainment. But other people are like, oh god, but the people buy season tickets and all that stuff all year round. And
I remember my uncle. He supports Manchester United, and I remember him telling me he bought a season ticket like back in early 90s or before that. It was like 200 quid, and he was like, oh, that's quite a bit for a season ticket. Now if you want a season ticket, it's a couple of thousand. Like it's crazy jump in prices for that sort of thing. And I don't know exact price, but I know it's in the thousands and stuff like that. And
so they say here, Nico Partners analyst Daniel Ahmed says it's true that there's no direct tariff impact on digital games, but publishers, because digital's getting affected as well as physical, which is a crazy thing as well.
Which is mental because it's not a physical item.
No.
And because it doesn't create regions or anything, because it's literally just digital data. It's no.
But publishers may choose to raise prices anyway for a variety of reasons. To begin with, raising the price of digital. I'm trying to stick on this so you know what I'm. Products could help offset rising costs in other departments, he said. So that's what it feels like unfair that you offset the other prices. And why?
Now I'm reading it is, oh look, if they're going to put the prices up, we might as well do it on our digital ones while we're at it. That's all it is. Because nothing's changed. I don't feel with it. Yeah, okay. Publishers have got bigger, and they get bigger and bigger, more staff, and obviously you've got to pay the staff. But then we've got games like your Vampire Survivors and some other games. Stardew Valley, made by one person.
Yeah.
It sold millions.
Yeah.
And you're like, well, if they can do it,
it's weird for us because like we mostly talk about like if we talk about any new games, we talk about like retro inspired ones mainly, or anything like Nintendo or whatever like that, which kind of connects to the consoles and stuff we had as kids, and it's got a nostalgia base to it. A lot of this stuff which we're going to be talking about, I guess, like the Xboxes and PlayStations, like I don't feel like I'd be buying into those anyway, unless GTA people are going to be going mad for that, which we'll talk about in a minute.
Oh yeah.
But I don't. I don't. I say that Mario Kart is end is £74, and but that's a bit of an exception to the whole thing because I haven't seen another game that's like that price that Nintendo's putting out.
Yeah, because the new Donkey Kong's 60, isn't it, or 65? It's
Cyberpunk
cheaper.
65.
Is it? Oh,
Yes.
I thought that was. I thought that was the same price as Mario Kart.
No, I pre-ordered
That's
that.
interesting.
That's
I
the
didn't
day
know
one.
that.
I pre-ordered that. I can't wait. But then it's weird because like they've just made Mario Kart really expensive, and it makes me think, what is?
Yeah.
I think Metro Prime's going to be the same price as Donkey Kong. I don't think it'll be a Mario Kart price.
Yeah, I feel the same actually. Yeah. I think, but then, wonder what it's going to be when an actual new Mario game comes out.
Yeah, that'll be telling. But again, I think maybe because it's not multiplayer, they don't see people playing it for so long.
Because when you think about it, like because it has ongoing multiplayer stuff, it has ongoing support as such, and because Donkey Kong is just single player, it's a one like
it's a way to support it, and maybe they give DLC down. I don't know. But anyway, for this, second, a publisher might raise the price of a digital game to bring it in line with the physical counterpart. So there's a lot of mights and maybes with this. So you don't know if they're going to do that. I don't know why you'd want to have it the same price as a physical one because you want to. I would have thought they want some kind of distinction between like you buy a physical one and you're buying something physically.
Yeah. Do you remember like when we first saw digital games on the PS3 store?
Yeah.
I remember one of the James Bond games on there. I can't remember which one now, but one of them was on there and it was £60 digital. Yeah. And at the time, I was like, a £60 game at the time physically was about 40 quid. I'm like, wait a minute, you're going to pay an extra £20. £20 for the convenience because you don't want to get out of your chair. I'm like, I'd rather get the money.
Because I remember when they went digital, I thought, it's going to be cheaper.
Yeah, because you got the overhead of servers, but I mean,
no.
But that's the only cost they've got on it, and you ain't downloading it every 2 seconds.
They Deliverooed it, didn't they? Really? Because Deliveroo do that. When you get something to your door and you have to pay for your convenience of it. And so
basically it's that.
Kind of annoying, isn't it? But that's what it is.
That's what we're getting.
And they also go into the fact that the increased cost to develop a particular game, and that's the thing that a lot of people forget with these big games. As games get bigger and consoles get more complicated, the people around making the games, the teams get bigger. So there's more cost involved, and we don't think about that from like it was like back in our day. Well, one person worked on a game, or two people work on a game. Loads of teams work on these. If you think of Assassin's Creed game, like how many people work on those games?
And all the side story bits. Then you got the additional DLCs they make for it. Voice acting, because before we didn't always have voice acting.
Exactly. I mean, you look at the really old games. You have to choose if you wanted sound or not. Like in the game.
Yeah, that's it. Do you want the music, background music, or do you want blips and blops?
Yeah. So as the teams get bigger and in inflation, and then you've got the tariffs, it's like it makes sense that
it does.
It just trickles down to us.
I think the problem is for us, it hasn't in previous years. It's been a bit gradual. This is kind of like it's been thrown in our faces straight away. Not kind of build up to it as such.
Yeah, exactly. It feels like
the issue. I
think this is what I was saying last time about the Nintendo Direct was the first instance of this that people have just come across. I think. I mean, I remember seeing Elden Ring on sale for like 80 quid or something on Steam, and I'm thinking, what the hell? It might have been like some special edition or something. I don't know, but I was like, oh my god, that's like the price of a video game now. And then I was out in a Tesco recently, and I saw the Indiana Jones game. I'm sure that was 70 quid or something.
Oh, is it? Do you know what? I'm not you. I'm quite oblivious to it because I don't.
Yeah.
Well, I have seen some PC AAA games on Steam being really expensive, and I'm like, whoa, I can't.
Exactly.
On the edge, but that's been a situation.
Yeah. But shocking. But like I was saying this last time, like we were so excited about like the Nintendo Direct, and then and it should have been a home run. And then the prices were announced afterwards, and that's all us and everybody else could talk about, and everyone's like blaming Nintendo and all that. It's like, but PlayStation going to join this?
The problem is because Nintendo's got everyone looking at it because it's a brand new console. Because PlayStation 5, I still see it as a brand new console. It's been out for like a few years now.
Yeah, it's been out for a while.
It's mental, isn't it? You think PS5, you know. So
Got,
it's kind of, if they announce it, it's like, oh, well, you know, because it's Nintendo, it's a brand new thing. Oh, this is the new changes. It's how it's going to be going forward.
Exactly.
And
I
that's
mean,
the
you're seeing the
problem.
rise in prices and everything, not just like in consoles, but like Netflix
Oh,
goes up every bloody year, doesn't it?
yeah,
And you can
yeah.
get, I can't remember what it was, but I got an email about Netflix and I was like, how much is it now? Like, I remember being like $4.99 or something stupid like that. And I was like,
Yeah.
what, 20
But,
quid or something stupid like that now
oh,
for a
it's,
Netflix subscription?
and that's if you want to have it like shared
Yeah,
and all
all
that
the
sort of
little
stuff
bells
and
and
all that
whistles
added
and
stuff.
all that stuff. It's just everything's getting way more expensive. But anyway, I was about to say segue to some good news, but this isn't
I'm
good
about to
news.
say, yeah, go for some nicer news, but
Right, I know this isn't strictly retro as well for this retro gaming and retro inspired podcast. I suppose it's based from a retro game. God,
we
just
played
does
the
not
older
like
ones.
adverts. All right, adverts.
What's going on with adverts freaking out
What
the
a bit nuts.
sales are there?
Maybe if I do that a bit. Oh no, it makes it worse. Does that make it worse? It's all right.
I think it's all right. Yeah. Oh, that's right. You scroll down a bit more stuff to it.
Yeah. So GTA 6 has been delayed to May, and this is the thing we're talking about. Like bigger teams means that there's
Yeah.
going to be bigger things to fix, and the game's going to take longer to make. Like, and GTA is definitely one of those games that they
Well,
need
it's
to.
one of the things where I just feel like I don't know how this game gets into gold because, like, the amount of testing and the amount of
Oh
side
my
missions.
word!
Because I know you mentioned it before in the podcast about, you know, you used to do testing for games back at Sony. Like, imagine here, okay, here you go. Here's the latest GTA. Now test the game.
I do
Like,
remember
it must be
GTA
mental.
4, I think it was, being in the building,
Oh
being
wow,
tested,
yeah.
but it wasn't my side. So
No.
I used to do like first party stuff, which is like stuff like Sony would actually produce themselves. So the Rockstar stuff would be in third party, which is the other side of the building. But I
Yeah.
remember like that being completely locked down. And it was like people saying, yeah, you were doing overtime and they couldn't speak about it, talking about it, blah, blah, blah. So that was
Wow.
quite exciting at the time, to be honest, because
Yeah.
having a big game like that. But that wouldn't have been their only testing place. They probably had in-house testing and testing somewhere else because it's a huge
Yeah.
game. Can you
Yeah.
imagine what it's like now? Especially like, I mean, there's no one on earth who doesn't know what Grand Theft Auto is. Probably, maybe my mum doesn't know what Grand Theft Auto is.
Well,
But
my mum does.
your mum does.
She said, "Oh, you're gonna get a new GTA at some point." I was like,
It's
you know,
like I think it's probably comparable to like the news about a new Nintendo console. Like
yeah,
it's probably the same, or if not higher news than a new Nintendo console.
yeah. I think honestly, is it?
It's
It's because
got.
it's a whole world of
It
stuff. It's
is.
not
It's more.
like,
It's almost a platform in itself.
yeah, yeah,
They could release a Grand Theft Auto console for people. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And they could always just download the app for your TV or something, and people would just play it.
Well, because you've got the
It's that
online
big.
role playing part as well,
Oh God, it's
and,
huge.
and that's still going strong today.
It's
And how old's that game
huge.
now? You know,
Amount of people still streaming it is
yeah,
crazy.
that's it. Streaming it as well.
Because you think, for the most part, loads of people are going to be playing like the single player for ages, and then it's just the online is going to live on. I was thinking about this today. Like, it's going to be the next 10 years of your life. Like, of Grand Theft. Because you think about Grand Theft Auto 5, it started on. I remember seeing it on PlayStation 3. I had a PlayStation 3 copy.
I didn't realize it went that far back.
Yeah, and then 4,
you
and then
know.
5. And it's just like, what the hell? Like, if you think about the next iteration, this one, we're going to be in our like late 50s or whatever when that's done.
Well, it's like I think it's GTA. I'll get all the numbers mixed up. I think it's 4. I got it on PC, but I had the CD version.
Yeah,
it come on about 6 CDs.
Oh my word!
Or 6 DVDs. I can't remember. It's one of them.
Probably DVDs at that point.
Discs anyway.
Massive. Yeah.
And I was like, that is mad. It took me about 2 hours to install it.
But basically the news is, because they even start with the news that it's been delayed because it was supposed to come out this year, and I thought, because like I was looking at news yesterday saying that Borderlands 4 is actually being released a week earlier than, or a couple of weeks earlier than it was supposed to come out. And a lot of people were speculating that is because GTA was going to come out at the same time, so they moved it out the release window.
Right, we can muscle in now before,
yeah. And so no, that's not the case. This is actually being released. And if you think about it's May 2026, and I think May 26th, yeah. So it's like over a year away.
Yeah.
It's mad. They didn't release a new trailer or anything. He just went, yeah.
No, they've done no announcement. And actually, weirdly enough, you talk about Borderlands, they did bring out a like a little mini direct.
Oh,
of
did they?
Borderlands.
There you go, the
It
Borderlands
is a
4.
PlayStation related one.
Ah,
There wasn't really much to talk about it other than you had the guy who runs it. I forget his name. He basically introduced it, talked a little bit about the story, and then literally had gameplay of it
there you go. I
and
know.
stuff.
I don't know
So
if it
that
was already.
they're ready
I can't
for it.
remember if it was already announced. It probably was at the direct, but it's coming to Switch 2 as well. They announced that.
I think they did. I think they showed it briefly in the
Yeah,
direct.
they
I
probably
think
did, didn't
like,
they?
during that showcase part. I
Because they got
think.
all Liverpool games on there, so I guess Borderlands games on there. But I
Yeah.
don't know about GTA 6. This is the one I thought they would have announced that. They would have announced that there if they had it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no,
Uh,
I think this is going to be
it's too big.
well, even for PC, it took a long time for GTA games to hit PC. It took
Yeah,
so long for Red Dead Redemption 2 to get on
yeah.
PC, you know,
Do you
so it
think
takes that
this
long.
one will do this? They'll do the same with this? Do you think they're going to do PC like a couple of years down the line and
Yeah,
just be
it,
consoles?
yeah,
Is it
I think because it's such a system seller, the Xbox
so
and
many
Sony
deals?
want to have this.
Yeah,
They want this one because this is the one game no one else can have. I
yeah,
know they will, but I mean for the like the top end consoles, these will be the
yeah.
big platforms, and PC will be later down the line. They won't release
And
PC
this is the
for
thing: is
ages.
like if Xbox is announcing hardware, price hikes and everything now. By the
Yeah,
time it comes out, people won't be bothered, you know. But if they did it
yeah.
next year, people are like, oh god, but
Yeah.
it'll be expensive next year. Same because Sony will probably do the same thing with PlayStation 5 if it's not
Oh
already.
yeah, it will. It's a domino effect, isn't it? Again, a lot. Some people have even argued. I haven't gone too much into it, but some people argued and said the new price of games is still not high enough. Apparently, they should be more because of when they added up again
Oh, the
the
inflation and
teams and
stuff.
stuff and
Yeah.
the inflation and all that lot. Technically, they should be more. And it's like, blimey, you know.
Oh god,
I'm
no.
like, this is why I think I'm getting pushed more and more to retro and the odd
Yeah,
games on
exactly. All
Switch
the games,
too.
retro inspired games,
You
are always
know,
about like at most 20 quid or something. You know, I'm happy with
yeah,
that. I'm happy with that. But again, I want physical. But it's like I remember getting on the bus for this is how old I am. I remember getting the bus for 18p back in the day. 18 pence.
18
18 pence. I remember when we were Nans, there was a bus outside. I got on that and it took me to the town there. 18p.
to get
Ridiculous.
into town from here, and it ain't that long. It's £2.
I think it's a set £2 now in Liverpool. I don't know if it's everywhere,
Oh
but
yeah,
it's a
that's
set
his for
£2.
us. Yeah,
Maybe you just pay
even if you go
£2.
one bus stop, it's up £2.
Yeah,
Wait a
£2.
minute,
You got to
what?
pay. Yeah.
Yeah,
So they
yeah.
said here, just to wrap this up, they
Anyway,
said, we are very sorry that this is later than you expected, Rockstar said. The interest and excitement surrounding the new Grand Theft Auto has been truly humbling for our entire team. We want to thank you for the support and your patience as we work to finish the game.
just think about the pressure they must feel right now because people are
Yeah.
expecting big things from
Oh, God.
this. Imagine that, like if you bring out your own game and bring a new game out, it'd be great, people got a nice team together, but then it's so established and it's got so
It's crazy.
expectations, you can't go, well, we couldn't do this. No, you need to deliver. So
Yeah.
this is gonna be, and also because this he's dedicated basically to this game, the whole department's just for this one game. It has to do well.
It
It will
really
break
does.
the company.
I think it can't not do well. I think it's just going to be
I
a
think
brilliant.
it will. I don't
I mean,
feel
I'm
it'll
not the
have a
biggest
problem.
GTA. I've just said before, I'm not the biggest GTA fan. Not in a way I don't like it. It's just that I don't have time for it.
No, no,
I
I
see
get
the
that.
exact value in it. I think like if you are a fan of GTA, you 100% should be buying this game because it is your game and you're going to be playing
Oh
this
yeah.
for. If we're talking about value proposition, maybe talking about Mario Kart when they said the variable pricing. I think this is the game that it should be priced higher for if you go and
Yeah.
buy their rules. That this is a game that people will get so much out of for the next 10+ years.
Oh, 100%. Oh yeah, because even
Yeah,
if things single player, you go off and do these little mini missions, and because it's a breathing world. Like I used to go around even in Vice City. That was on PS2.
yeah,
I'd walk around and just see what people are doing in the
yeah.
game. I wouldn't be. I'll forget what I'm doing in the mission. I'll just have a wander
Isn't
and
it
see what
mad
people
that
are doing.
Red Dead Redemption 2, like the online play, didn't have as much legs as like the GTA games? It seemed.
Yeah, it's kind of they included, but I think the problem is it was what made GTA Online so good was the built up community with the
Yeah.
online servers with the open source stuff part of it. And I
Good
think
point.
that I don't think they unlocked it as easy as GTA. I don't really know, but
Maybe.
But the thing is,
I played a hell of a lot of because I played Red Dead Redemption, which I loved. And
yeah.
I actually played a bunch of the online stuff that with mates,
Oh,
and it was
really? I
great.
didn't know that.
Oh, I played it back in the day because we used to just like have a bunch of us, and then
Yeah.
like a couple of us will be in a town, and you have to try
Your
and get the others out.
posse right into town.
On top of a building, on top of the sheriff's building over there, to try and shoot everyone before they came into town, and all. It was so
Rob
good.
everyone. Brilliant.
But I never got into Red Dead Redemption 2 again. It was another time sink, more a case of like it looked amazing, but I was looking at it, I thought I'd just never be able to put that much time into it now as an
No.
adult. But yeah, it's sad that's getting happened, but it's also good because they're going to make it.
Well, end of day,
game for everyone.
I don't see delays a bad thing because if they rush that game out, and again, so high expectations, if it's really a buggy mess,
Yeah.
Well, look at Cyberpunk.
Oh God, yeah. God, imagine if they
hype
released it like
behind
that. Oh my word!
It would bomb. It would absolutely.
I'm
flop
so
like
excited
crazy.
playing Cyberpunk properly for this time. I'm so glad I waited so I can now play it on.
I wish I did.
Oh, you bought it on PC? I bought, yeah. So,
Well, I got really
it?
lucky. Me and Super, we got it for about 20 quid, brand new off GOG,
which we're going to show in a minute.
Second, yeah. They were really good price, and I enjoyed it. First of all, I played it, loved it, but then I run into some game-breaking bugs, and it put me off. And then even when I did updates, I struggled to go back to it.
Yeah,
but
so I'll be seeing.
I do want to go back to it.
I didn't even know Idris Elba's in it. I saw the trailer the other day, and I was like, "Oh, didn't know."
Oh, that was something brought in on DLC. He wasn't in it originally. That's a DLC thing.
That's part of the Switch release. You got
because it's a complete collection.
Liberty
of that.
something or whatever it is. Yeah, I'm excited. I can't wait to play it. Right, so on GOG then. Good segue. No, that's not GOG. Have I just copied the same thing again? No. Talking about GOG.
There you go. That's right. We can edit that back out. Okay.
It's Star Wars weekend this week. Well, actually, it'd be when this goes out. The next day is May the 4th, I think.
Oh,
also,
yeah.
I'm going to say this the other day. Go to your local Smiths if you're watching this on a Saturday. This might be too late. They're giving away Lego versions of the Millennium Falcon on Smiths on Saturday.
Oh.
I know you're probably going to miss it.
I'm going to miss that.
So am I actually.
Oh, damn it!
Enjoy that, guys.
Enjoy that.
We won't. But anyway, it's May the 4th, and I wanted to take this opportunity not just like to sell stuff on GOG because that's like I'm at work for them. But I just want to ask like quickly, like, what's your favorite Star Wars games? Have you got any Star Wars games that you played that you love?
Yeah, I really enjoyed the Jedi Knight first person games.
Were they Nintendo ones? Were they on? What were they on?
I played it on PC back in the day.
Back in the day, yeah.
I think they've re-released them on Switch as remasters. I think possibly. And the other one I really liked, even though it's probably terrible now, but I loved it when I first got a gaming PC at PC World back in the day. It come with Phantom Menace game on PC, and it was like a kind of third person top down view sort of one, and it was I loved it. It was such a good game.
I didn't play any of the that far.
That was it. That's the only one I really got into.
I played Super Star Wars recently.
Super Nintendo. I did play a little bit of that. Yeah, but not.
You should play them on stream, by the way. I might need to play Empire Strikes Back at some point because Super Star Wars was fantastic.
Danny owns them. She's got them box.
Oh, you got them all?
Two of them. Wow. I think she's got two of them. She's got Return the Jedi in the first one, I think.
Nice.
I need to check that, but yeah.
I would love to get those. Box. I've got like the first two just on cards though. I did play a lot of Star Wars Battlefront when that came out. And I thought
I never played that, but I heard good things about that.
It's one of those like it's a time and place one of those games now, isn't it? Because it's done and there's no one going to be online. It was a time where it was all exciting and the graphics were great and the sound.
It's like Battlefield, isn't it, with Star Wars vehicles?
And the films were out, so everyone was just exciting for the time.
Yeah.
And now it's sad, isn't it? Because there are like times like that where you can't recreate even like you can talk about
you couldn't even do it up and try it out.
Yeah, that's the thing as well. You can't if the servers are probably off, and you don't know if you can make your own servers. But the first Star Wars Battlefront, you can say Battlefield now, was brilliant to play with a bunch of mates. There's just the quality of like the graphics and the sound, the kind of realization of Star Wars was great. Yeah. I mean, it got a bit grindy and stuff like that, and that's why it didn't really get into the second one because it was pretty much the same game. But I loved it. I mean, and I was talking about the PlayStation 4 one, but I know the PlayStation 2 one is like a lot of people like that ones, don't they?
And I think it came out on PlayStation 2 and Xbox, original Xbox and stuff.
Oh yeah, it did. Yeah,
ones.
I did play a little bit of the PlayStation 2 ones, and I thought it was good. I mean, they're on here. So the reason I've got this page up is that GOG are having a sale. But one of the things I always love about GOG is that they do the preservation program thing. You know. So,
I remember we talked about this quite early on in the podcast. I remember.
So these games that they're selling here, which you can see they own Dark Forces here.
I don't want Dark Forces.
So these games are on sale. And these games are in the preservation program, which means that they're always going to be updated, so they'll work on your computers forever.
I love that. That's such a fantastic cool thing to do.
So I think I've only got one by the looks of it. So I might have to get these other ones. So Battlefront, I didn't thought I own no. But yeah, Battlefront, which we talked about before, it looks pretty good there, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Good screenshots.
Because I think with the early one, I think you can play against bots and stuff.
Yeah, you can. Yeah. I might actually own these on Steam, but I think because you've got this program, it's so much better to get on this. I love the fact that you can hover over and get screenshots. By the way,
it's quite good. Actually, on that.
Such a good little thing.
I never played these ones. I think they come on PlayStation. One of those.
Yeah, is that for FMV? Do you think that's gonna be FMV, isn't it?
It's got a lot of FMV bits in it.
Yeah,
but
that looks great though with that trench run. I'm loving that.
It does.
We clicked on it. And so that's Star Wars Rebel Assault 1 and 2, Battlefront Classics, Dark Forces. I know they got a remake or was it a remake or a remaster or something like that.
Apparently, some of them have not been very good. The originals have been better.
Yeah, have we had from these remakes that come out? I mean, people are enjoying the new Oblivion by the sound of it. Like I was going to put
that's gone down well.
People are enjoying that, and X-Wing as
I
well.
forgot about the X-Wing and TIE Fighter games.
I thought that was Darth Vader putting his hands out, his arms out, but it's
I can see that now.
So you've come for dinner.
Yeah.
Welcome to my game. That was cool. I think I might have played a bit of that years ago, but I didn't know what I was doing.
Mate's PC.
I didn't know what I was doing. I was just all over the place, and or might have been TIE Fighter actually. Oh god, look at those. That looks great. That looks so good. But I might have played that maybe from the Steam. But yeah, I just wanted to put that out because it made a 4th this weekend, so a lot of companies were getting on this, and if you're going to buy some games, maybe check out GOG first because we're all about game preservation here. And they're doing an amazing thing with this. I mean, yes, these Steam games might last forever or whatever, but like the fact that they've got this promise that they're always going to update them.
And also these ones, like you download stuff on Steam. Yes, you do have it downloaded, but it's in their own little system. Yeah. These you download as an installer.
Oh, it's like
you could put that on a USB key, put that in a box, and you could plug it back in again and just
install it. I love that.
That's
one of those things that kind of. I want to get a hard drive at some point and just download every installer and put it on it. Because that's the thing.
Store it away somewhere.
It's all well and good saying like it's all got the error free, but if you don't download the installer and GOG just dies one day, we've lost all those games.
Oh,
that's the thing, isn't it? Right. So we're going to go to the meat, really. And we've got another little bit of Switch news first. Oh, you know what? Go for the little bit of Switch 2 news first before we go into
Switch 2? Oh, yeah. Let's change it up a little bit.
Let's change it up. Did you see this new camera that's coming out for the Switch 2? This handheld one. So it literally just plugs in.
I did see an image, but I didn't read about it properly.
So it plugs into the top of the Switch 2. So it's not one that's like on a stand and all that.
Because I know the Hori Piranha Plant one you can plug in the top.
So this is one that's like that. But I think it might be better resolution. Fortunately, it looks like the Hori has a solution. Thanks. Neither's going to be useful for handheld playing. So why isn't the Piranha one useful for handheld playing? Because you can take it off.
Yeah, you can plug because it's like the pot is like the base, and then you can plug that in the top of the USB-C.
Unless they've got that wrong. The form has. Oh, wait a minute. So the form has better resolution, but both modules. But fortunately, so is this the one with? Is this because it's got better resolution on it? The camera can detach from its base. Oh my God! Will you stop popping up?
Oh wow! It's not even a box to close it.
It isn't, is it? If I click on that, does it do it? No. It just gets this video. If I pause it.
So like, oh no, you want to see this video? We're going to move it down the page.
It puts it down there. It's just like, go away. So the camera can detach from its base and plug into the camera's USB port, C port, so you can show your friends. Is it 1080 though on this one?
I don't know. I've never looked at it, but they. Oh no! I saw something. It said I saw 480.
What?
The top, if you where you are right now,
Oh yeah, yeah,
as
yeah.
for
You
the
can see it.
Hawaii offering,
It's
yeah.
only capable. What is going on?
What's the point? Why are they
Why
doing that?
is Nintendo limiting these third-party devices to
Maybe that's the
480?
thing. They say you can have a camera, but
Why?
then why not 720 then?
Why?
480?
Why not
I've got an
1080?
old webcam
Why wouldn't
from
they want them to showcase the best possible thing on a Switch?
yeah, and because at the end of the day they're paying a license to have it on there. It's not like they're
Exactly. It
getting
makes no sense. Why would you want to put out a product that makes your main product look rubbish? It can't be that. There's got to be another reason. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't
yeah,
make
and
any sense to me.
also why 480? Like literally, I've got an old
480 is
webcam in a
insane.
cupboard
It's
that's
insane.
like my first webcam.
It's
Do you know what I
embarrassing.
mean?
So one of the other reasons I want to put this out is that I cancelled my pre-order for a camera.
Oh,
Because one, I wanted to get a game instead. I wanted to get Cyberpunk,
fair enough.
and the camera was costing like 50 quid. And I was thinking, what am I actually gonna do with the camera day one? Like, what will you do with the camera day one?
Well, I did think the big thing is to play Mario Kart and
But
use
would you
faces on that
actually
and
use
stuff.
the camera? Like, what will you actually?
Well, I do gestures if I
Yeah.
get like knocked into last place with other
Yeah.
people, but I don't
All
want to
that
mention it on a podcast. You know,
you do all that stuff. I mean,
that sort of thing,
I mean
and go,
that.
ha ha, you won.
I mean, that's probably the only thing. I mean, I love the idea of playing with mates, like me and you could play, and then we got you in
Yeah.
the corner and all that. Will I do it? I don't know. I mean, I think I'll get a camera at some point, but if it came down to like that or a game, and I thought,
Oh no, that makes perfect
game.
sense because if the camera was like 20 quid,
Oh,
you could be like, oh, sorry, I'll get it.
But
I'll
you
get
can
it.
use any USB-C cameras, that they will work for it. But
I've heard about that.
But I don't know how much those cameras are. To be honest, like a decent one. And are they all going to be like low resolution again? You know what's going on?
Yeah, that's actually
Work
I
up
was
to a certain
watching.
resolution.
So when I was talking about we were talking about the camera. There was a video. I can't remember the YouTube channel now. They were showing off Zelda on the screen at one of these events, but in the background they had a big TV where they were showcasing Mario Jamboree.
Yeah.
And it was showing the setup. It weren't intentional for the video. It was just in the background. How the face tracking works on the cameras. And there's 4 square boxes, and then someone has to sort of go in front of that box, and then it then tracks the face first of all there. So then one camera can have 4 different phases in each of the characters on it, and that's on the high camera. So if it's 480, I don't really know how it's going to pick up the stuff on it. And
no, it's going to be rubbish.
And also the thing that makes us laugh about this camera is it going to be like, have you ever like FaceTimed your parent or something?
Oh my word!
And you're having
a
big
angle.
Yeah, like this in front of you, in front of the camera.
If it's 480, like how close is it going to be?
Yeah, I mean it's going to be like.
I don't know.
Unless it's got a wide angle lens on it or something.
And one of the biggest things is, like, I think I said this last time, is that they made a massive point about like the camera usage in the direct.
Yeah.
And most of the direct was taken up by the new Mario Party segment. And most people are like, oh, I don't know if I'd use that. It's very toyish and all that. But for me, I was thinking, oh, this is super important. They're treating this as a proper thing. But it's not day one. It's like August
that's
or
a
something.
bit odd. I found that,
later in the year. And I thought, why have they dedicated a massive segment to this? There's something that's not even coming out day one, but it's a massive part of it. And I suppose you could argue that the kind of, I always call it Discord call, because it's basically
it was a Discord call, didn't it? Yeah,
Discord call you got to pay for.
A Zoom call going on.
Zoom call thing. And Mario Kart is using the camera day one, but I feel like you miss a trick with not having the Jamboree thing day one and just having it, utilizing the camera more, or using the camera in other places.
It's interesting because we still have our PS4 camera hooked up downstairs.
Yeah.
It just sits there.
Oh god, yeah, PS4 camera. I've got one of them somewhere. It's like, oh my god, will I ever use it? So there's a bit of that.
The only time I use it is if I boot up the PS4, if you hold the controller up, it does a Face ID. But then sometimes it doesn't work. And then I press the button anyway, so it's a waste of time.
I wonder if they'll introduce anything with this. Because I would thought they'd have it for like photo ID on your system and all that stuff, Like a profile. But I don't know. I think they're probably still going to use like an icon that you can unlock through the system. Those icons you can unlock through their version of achievements. in the back end, all that stuff.
Yeah, as I said, like we said before, I want it to be like Burnout Paradise, where you crash into them and it takes a reaction photo.
Love that.
Of it happening. Things like that would be good.
And save the photos to your device so later on you can access them. All that stuff. But I don't know. But yeah, that's what it's an interesting another little thing that it's coming out for it.
Second Hori controller as well, though. And that's mad, isn't it?
Mad. So the last bit of news, I want you to kind of go through with this with me.
Yeah, I've been watching a couple of videos, including the stuff from this.
So is this a new update? Yeah, there's a new update. I have downloaded the update and I've got it. But does this more affect you with someone who actually does share the Switch with someone else?
Yeah. So the thing that I didn't like, the biggest thing that it's been up. Oh my god, the adverts is terrible on this website, isn't it? I love this website, but blimey. I keep seeing Alex's face. Yeah, we know, mate. He's part of the podcast now, apparently. He's
exactly. He's got a special guest.
Yeah. The thing is with it, the bit that annoyed me the most, right? The lending games part is fine, but you can't do it over. So, right, first of all, let me start again. So, the new Switch update is basically integrating Switch 1 and Switch 2 stuff on the same system.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if you've checked this out already. I haven't yet, but I watched a video it did. You can actually go to the eShop and go to the Switch 2 games.
Oh, I didn't know that.
You can filter them out because you can't. Like, it won't allow you to buy them, but you can see both systems.
Can you not buy them then on the Switch 1? Can you buy them and like you get a license for the game?
I haven't tested it. Okay. I haven't had a look.
You haven't tried to buy it.
But I haven't tried to buy it or anything. Yeah. But the thing is, though, because this brings me back to that question you said earlier. If I buy, I forgot what it was, Shinobi on the Switch, can I play on my Switch 2?
Yeah.
I think it's just going to be that the shop's just going to integrate with both. So if you buy it for Switch 1, it'll have an option to re-download it on the Switch 2.
Okay.
Because it'll only be limited to games where it is, say, this game. It's like Android, where you can all access the Play Store, but certain games, if you've got an older phone, that app won't be allowed to be downloaded.
Oh, okay.
I think that's what Nintendo are going to be doing.
See, yeah.
So, like, you go, I'll get this new app. Oh, wait, my phone's 10 years old.
It's not going to
I can't get that. But then that'd be the same situation with this.
So does it answer the whole thing of what I was saying earlier about, like, can I play? Do I have to download a new version of Shinobi, even though it's like the same game? Because they're not making a Switch 2 version. No,
I think it'll be the same game that'll work across both.
Yeah.
The only truth you get the enhancements are from the games that are the big titles that have already got a release already, and I think then it'll come down to the developers and publishers or whatever to implement nicer changes if it is on Switch 2 or something like that.
Because you'd think because there's a bigger resolution on the Switch 2, isn't it? Because it goes to the 4K, that you think they'd probably implement that. Like, if we're using Shinobi as an example because we were talking about it earlier on and it just said Switch 1. Like, you think that it'd be in their best interest if they can put out a 4K version for like the Switch 2. So you've got that.
Yeah, they should do really, and like an option for when you grab it and it knows which one you're using. But then I don't think they're going to try and do that as a thing where you buy a slightly more expensive version.
Maybe, yeah, because they might not be making it like for those resolutions. It's extra work, isn't it?
But then what's going to happen? You know what's going to happen though? Games are slowly not going to work on Switch 1 anymore anyway because they want to be on the latest platform. So there'd be no point in developing stuff for the original Switch.
Oh yeah, I'm just because we watched. There was another direct, wasn't it, just before the Switch 2 direct, which was all about the Switch 1, and it was games going all the way into next year.
Yeah, there was.
The Switch 1's definitely got a life, and this is what's the worry with me because I still want to use the Switch 1 and the Switch 2.
I think it'd do what the DS and 3DS did. Where you could play DS games on the 3DS, it was just blown up bigger. It was the same resolution, just made bigger on the screen. It won't look as nice because it's on a bigger screen.
That's not the best way to play like a brand new game, is it?
It's not. No. That's the problem with DS games where it was blown up bigger on an XL.
Yeah,
it didn't look as nice. But with this, the thing that I didn't like about this latest update, if you do this whole virtual cart thing, because at the moment, right, me and Danielle both got a Switch each. I've got my profile and hers and my vice versa, right? So if I buy Little Nightmares 2 or something, and then I bought it from my account, I can go onto her Switch on my profile, download the copy of the game already, and then when she wants to play it, she can go in as her profile, but because it's got the profile on the Switch, she can just play it. But
Yeah.
if I jump on my profile on my Switch, it'll kick her out. So it's always been able to do these games in the past, but the problem with what they're doing now, this game share with the virtual cartridge, you can lend a game if they're on your plan.
Yeah.
But the annoying bit is, if you do the share, it's good because it syncs, and then you open up your Switch, Switch 2 or Switch or whatever, and then you can then download the game straight to your console, and you can lend it for 14 days.
Yeah.
Right, which is great.
I think it's great, yeah.
The bit I don't like is that it deletes the version of it on your original Switch.
Oh.
And then when you want to play it,
yeah.
When you want to play it again after 14 days, it has to re-download it again.
Oh, I didn't know that. So I thought it would just be like...
I hate that.
I thought it would just not allow you to play it. This game can't be played for 14 days. Wouldn't that be easy?
Yeah, just to say,
give you the option.
on lend. And then forced to say, nope, I'm playing it.
Would you like to delete it to save up space until then? I mean, give us the option. Yes. Yeah, I don't like that. That seems a bit silly, doesn't it?
Because when they test it, they may change that. But when I watched, there was like a live video from another YouTube channel, and they were showing that. And as they were doing it, I think it was like Game Explain or something. It had a video on it. But basically, they did it, and it removed it from the other Switch.
Yeah.
And I guess it's as a way to make sure you have, because at the end of the day, the way we do it, I still bought the game. We can't play at the same time, but apparently there is ways around that to do that. So maybe it's trying to stop that. But we've never done that. If I've got a game and she wants to play it, as long as my profile's on there, I think it's just to get past not having to have a profile on there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, on the actual game itself.
Yeah, so you don't want your profile because obviously you got your details and that. But the bit I don't like is, say if we're friends, I can't share a game to you over the net.
Oh yeah,
we have to be in the same room.
Yeah, this is what made me think. For me personally, I was like, I'm never going to use this because I'm not around. I mean, I've got.
Well, family, if Lynn's had one, then you probably would have done.
And I've got a brother who's got like a Switch and stuff like that, but I'm not really. I can't see myself going around and go, "Oh, can I borrow that game?" Because I've got such a big backlog. I'd just be like, I don't need it.
Yeah,
or I'll get
I think it's more if say it's like brothers and sisters.
Yeah, exactly. You've got a family,
and they don't want to have more by one.
It's again Nintendo aiming at families again, isn't it? You know,
it's
fine. I can't imagine this doing this at all. But yeah, I didn't know that. But it makes sense for you. That's the thing as well. And so you're going to run into this when you get a single Switch 2 and you've got two profiles on it. Is it the same thing with that? Do you share a game into the other profile, or would you even do that?
Well, the way it's worked before, if we've got a game, say we've got like, we'd have both profiles on that Switch anyway, one for Danny, one for me. And I'm assuming that, I don't know actually. I was assuming that if I've bought a game, but it's on the same system, so it probably won't matter. Right. It's if we had two Switch 2s, would be a bit more complicated. But it just seems a lot of.
It's like also when you play a game like Zelda, they always have like multiple save files. So at that point, does it even matter?
Well, it doesn't matter anyway, because like if you've got a profile, when you load up that game with a different profile, it's like you're playing it on a different system.
Yeah.
You won't load up the saves.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, like, if Danny wanted to play a Zelda game and you were like, "Oh, I'll put it on your system," I'll put it on your profile. It's like, well, I'll just have the profile too on your playing yours. It's like, yeah, you go. You know, unless you're worried about going into your friend messages, which you can't. You haven't got any of that anyway on Switch because they don't do it.
No, you can't do that anyway, can you? But that's the thing.
I updated it. It was a really quick update, by the way. Like,
was it? I've not done mine yet.
Yeah, it just made an extra the icon at the bottom, and that was it. Really. I think it changed the Donkey Kong thing, and that people complain about that.
They changed the look. Because the thing is, though, they didn't just keep the old Donkey Kong and a new one. They replaced the old one with a new one.
Yeah,
and that's what I've been moaning. And also, they changed the colours of the eShop logo and the Switch Online colours.
I wasn't bothered really. Sort of, I was like, okay, an update. I was more interested because normally you only ever get an update for like stability. You know, it comes up stability fix. So it was like, oh, something different, and I was like, within seconds, I was like, oh, I'm not going to use this. Anyway,
Oh,
shall we have a look at some questions from the chat?
yes.
If you want to ask us any questions, please do so by do so in the comments down below, or visiting one of our streams. We both stream. You can find our links down there to Twitch, and or otherwise ask on Spotify as well. Which I know I got the Spotify podcast. That was super late. I did it like
No, notifications went out late. That was it.
That's what it was. I'll try not to do that this time around. Right, first question we've got is from a gamer Sam Treble 7. If you were to die, good start. What game would you ask your co-host to finish for you in your backlog? This is such a great answer. A great question, by the way.
I know, that's why I like that one.
I like this one. For each of us, my God. Wowzers. Right, it's a finish. What game have I started? Oh, do you know what? Straight away, Battletoads, because I've never beat it. You can finish it for me.
Oh.
There you go.
Well, we're going to kill each other with our own games. That's what's going to happen.
So you just die playing it.
And who's going to then play the games after that?
Exactly.
You know?
I mean, Battletoads, I find it really tough. I want to beat it myself anyway, but if I don't beat it, you can beat it for me. How's that?
Yeah.
You can make up doing that.
I feel like one that I'm trying to think was I should have looked up ahead of time, shouldn't I? Really. I think I would want. Well, at the moment, the one game I haven't finished that scares me, and I need to play the rest of it on Halloween, would be Project 03.
Oh
I've
my
not
God,
finished that one.
Wait a minute. What do I have to play? What?
You can play a scary game if you want.
But Project 3 wouldn't haven't played the others. That's not fair.
They're all separate stories. It has nothing to do with the other ones.
But okay, if I said that to you, I said, "I'll play number 3. They're all separate stories." You'd be like, "Oh yeah, it's fine." No way. You'd be like, "I'm going to play the first one." That's what you do.
Yeah, but Battletoads has got multiple games. There's multiple.
Is that what you're going to go with? Is that your defence? It's the first Battletoads game.
Yeah, well, I'd say 'cause that's the one that. Yeah, well, the only other one got outstanding is the is that PlayStation one, which I don't think you would like. You wouldn't want to play anyway. It's turn-based one. It was like not Valiant Hearts. It was something like that.
I know what you mean. Yeah, it's one on the trenches and the war one. Vandal? No. I know what you mean.
Vandal Hearts? So something like that. But basically, it was a very hardcore kind of.
Well, I'm thinking of something else.
Real serious, like RPG thing. I had to give up playing it because I literally, I found it incredibly difficult, and a basic enemy attack felt like forever to take out because I didn't know what I was picking up properly, and because you're better at games than me, I'm sure you'll be fine with it.
Turn-based? Is it turn-based? Turn-based, incredibly difficult. Oh, brilliant, mate! Thanks.
Yeah, you don't want to start on the like little easy ones. You'll get right into the deep end.
I give you a little cartoon game, and you give me this massive.
Because Battletoads is not difficult.
I reckon if I went back on Battletoads, I would enjoy it by learning it, and I think you'd love learning Battletoads.
Actually, it's one of the ones that's on the backlog that I would love to. But the way things are going, with you wanting to play Dark Souls,
I can't believe that.
And I made this silly promise. I went, well, Steve plays Dark Souls, I'll play it.
You don't have to do it. I got gifted the remastered version on Switch, and I was like, oh my, I really want to get into that series, and I guess that's a good place to start.
It's actually meant to be a very good version on Switch, because my friend, person I used to work with, he played it on Switch, and he showed me, and it was great. This was going back when it first got released as well.
Because I really want to get Elden Ring when it comes to Switch too. I think that. That'd be good. So was another Souls game in it, and Duskblood. I know that's not strictly going to be a proper.
It's going to be more multiplayer, apparently, isn't it? Or something.
I think it looks good. So I'm getting my toe into that world. I think so. Dark Souls will be good.
If it ends up we end up both doing Elden Ring. All it'll be is complete Elden Ring for each other.
Oh yeah, because those games are massive. I'm worried about. I'm worried about those games because if I play them on stream, it's going to take forever. You know. And I don't know if I could do. I'm going to do one day because it'll be like an hour.
That's what it'll be. You become a dedicated streamer just for that.
Just for that. Anyway, next question we've got is from Rain Cloud. It asks, if you could travel to a filming location from a movie or show, what would it be and why?
This was a really good one. I really like this one. I've got my one in mind. If you need to think. Actually, I know it's because a friend of mine did some work in America. And he went past his building and he recognised it and he checked up on his phone and it was it. Basically, there's a film from 1976 called Assault on Precinct 13.
Oh, I love it, yeah.
Yeah.
John
John
Carpenter.
Carpenter film, yeah. And me and my parents adore that film because it's not technically a precinct 13 in that area. It was a precinct, but it was for somewhere else in the country. It just worked well with filming. But that precinct still exists today.
Oh wow!
And when my friend went there, because he was driving over at the time, he took a picture outside of it.
Wow!
And I would love to just go to that building and go inside of there, and because that's like a bit more obscure, cool. Really. But that's like a bit more cooler because that film I grew up quite a lot with my parents, and that's somewhere I'd love to revisit.
That's a really good answer. Like, all the way through that, all I can hear is down, down.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
What a tune! What a film that is.
Love it, and you have to like do all the acting out, the bits, and all that
so
lot. And...
my one is not as cool because I can think of. I can't think of any exotic locations. I'd love to go to Pinewood Studios. You know, where they filmed like everything. I think like a Labyrinth was filmed there, and Legend, and a lot of
Aliens.
80s movies. Aliens, obviously, yeah.
I've been there.
Have you been in there?
Yeah. We went to a private screening of a friend's independent movie.
Wow.
I didn't get to go around look at any cool stuff.
I want to say because I think they've got like loads of photos from all the films and all that and behind the scenes stuff.
It's mad how much stuff was filmed at Pinewood. Actually, they got a lot of history.
Do you still use it like for filming locations in there? Do you know? Do you still film there?
Yes, they're still filming stuff. I can't remember what exactly because obviously there's a lot more green screen stuff, but there's still stuff that gets filmed there. Well, some of the James Bond, the latest James Bond film, still gets filmed there.
I wonder if Star Wars was filmed there.
Oh, there was a bit of it was filmed there. I can't remember which one.
But yeah, I'd love to go somewhere like that and just to see a bit of everything. I'm hoping they'd have like a tour or something like that. Last question for this week, because it's incredibly warm now here. We've got Teresa asks, what's the one game or game series you've put the most hours into? Or the game series for you has got to be Mega Man at this point.
If it's the overall series, not a single game, then it's definitely the Mega Man series. Yeah, definitely.
I can't think. I can think maybe if from playing them once. From playing them once, like if multiple plays, I've played like all the Mario games so many times. But Metal Gear Solid series, I played like 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Oh, have you? I didn't know you played that all of them.
Well, I didn't play was it Metal Gear Survive? That one that came out. Oh yeah, left. Yeah, I played all 5 of them. And I was like burnt so much on the 5th one because I was like, because I thought they were joking, thinking there's another half of the game coming out, and it wasn't. It was like, well, you know what? Where's the rest of the game? Because he had this whole thing at the end. Yeah,
because that was a point when he
weirdness going on.
And
you could tell. But I loved it. I loved 5 for the most part. Of like the whole mechanics of it, I thought was great. Like a lot of people had issues with it, but that series, I put a lot of time into those. And I put a lot of time into the God of War series, I say as well.
I didn't know you played through them as well.
1, 2, 3. Was how many were on PlayStation 2? Was it just 3?
There was 2 on PlayStation 2. You had a couple on PSP.
Played one of them on PSP. Change of Olympus, I think.
PS3 had some HDs and it had one on PS3, I think.
I played one of the newest one on PlayStation 3, and then I played the first one on PlayStation 4.
Yeah, there's one on there as well. I think it's on PC as well, the first one.
I'd love to play the second one. That's one game I would try and play at some point because I love those games. But again, they kind of feel like, not really, but they kind of feel like Metroidvanias because they give you powers and then you kind of level up and I love the whole grind of it.
If you play I don't know what it's called, but it's one of the Castlevania games on the 360 and PS3. Plays like God of War, but it's a Castlevania game.
There you go. Yeah,
I can't think of what it's called though. But that game is very much like God of War. But...
great game. I kind of miss that kind of game. So it's good that they've got other games that come out. I just like that. But anyway, thank you so much, mate, for this. I'm just gonna have that, and thank you everybody else for watching and listening to this one. It's a little bit shorter than not. I think last week we got 2 hours and a half. So
yeah, because we had a lot of catching up stuff to do, and there's big news, and
exactly. Yeah. And then this week, because it's warm, and we're doing a meet up tomorrow as well, so we've got to plan that. So thank you so much for watching / listening. Get your questions in down below. But we'll be back in 2 weeks. I say 2 weeks. I'll be closer to the Switch 2 release. We're very close to the Switch 2 release. A lot closer, isn't it?
I can't wait to play it day one.
We'll talk about that next time. But do check out Pastor Plunger and his links down below and find him on his YouTube channel. He's put a lot of awesome videos out. But until next time, guys, see you later. Bye-bye.
Bye.